Game Jolt and Super Mario World Central, Super BeeBoo 190 World. Copyright 2020, 2025 by BeeBoo Studios. It just made sense, really. I have no idea who this person is, but this could be fun. Mwahaha! In just 3 simple days, I'll conquer the world. You can't stop me, memer. Mwahaha! Master Dookie-tron. Or Mega Dookie-tron. Okay, well, that's a threat. If I've ever seen one. Alright, well, first off, that's a standard world map, so that's not a good sign. Let's check out TR's humble abode. Hey, this house belongs to TR, so don't go snooping around my turf, you hear. Tyranno Rexus. And these are weird, corrupt things. I don't know what to say about that. Let's put a marker down. For those being odd, corrupt, random things instead of berries. Alright, since it's Mario World, we always go to left first. Let's go to 1-1. This sure looks like 150. Oh yeah, baby. You already know what this is because it's your favorite Super Mario Bros. 1 course. Okay, well... It's not exactly faithful, but, you know, this is fine, I guess. It sure is SMB1. It's not the best impression when the very first... Okay, well, first off... Must be from memory, because... Oh, there it is. Okay, fair enough. Marker for it being 1-1. Marker for that background. I know better. Okay, that's... not setting the correct number of screens. Anyway, let's check out the rest of 1-1 before we're done. Done. Whoops. Glad I did. There's another message box. Oh, and a midway! Those are important. Got that. It's a much smaller pit than the one I remember, but there's... I didn't also... Remember, there also wasn't cutoff in the original. Cutoff to the left of Mario, right here. Alright, since we... We'll get all the dragon coins first, I guess. Seems like it'd be silly not to. Alright. Just grab these quick, see what these are. That is what it should have been. That's also to be expected right there. Point of advice, you can hold an extra item in your box. That is the default message box. That is not ideal. I do get a 1-up for doing that, though. Let's grab the dragon coin. And... gotta get that last dragon coin and then die. Hey. You're supposed to die now. Two-tone pipe. And I have to do this all over again. Alright. This is not a good start, unfortunately. Alright, let's go check out the midway. Really quick. Shouldn't take long. Okay. I think based upon my knowledge of Mario Bros. 1 speedrunning, the fastest way to get to the... Oh, wait, never mind. I need to go to the middle of the level. I don't want to do that. Whee! Oh, I could have start selected. Ah, whoops. Okay. Yeah, that works. Let's go check out the Yellow Switch Palace. Kind of like the bisected cloud up there. It's one of those things you think people would notice is the... Okay, this is the original Switch Palace. That's what this is. Much as I do love the original Switch Palace, and appreciate a second chance at a failure to P-switch jump, this is the original Switch Palace. So let's just put a marker down for that, being the original Switch Palace and all. Alright, can we jump it? Oh yeah, I felt it. I knew it was going to happen. It's beautiful. Default message, but default message for a Switch Palace is a forgivable thing to do. Is a forgivable thing. Yes, save my progress. Thank you. Alright, let's move on to the next level, I guess. There's supposedly 50 exits in this. We'll see. Pretty sure this is pretty obviously an edit of the normal level. That's a Yoshi. Nope, not a Yoshi at least. It's surprised. To do a spin jump, that's a default message. This level is an edit of Yoshi's Island 1 or 2. Like, going to bet, yeah. Things are just a little bit too obvious. I mean, I guess this is a relatively high-effort edit compared to an awful lot of the ones I've seen. Those boxes are behaving weirdly with having nothing in them. No! Whoops. Of course, the easy way to deal with this problem that was unexpected. Come on. No. Oh. There only one dragon coin? Surprised that lived after what I did there. This is weird. Okay, let's see if we can scroll a level by doing a little bit of this. Maybe there's some level up there we hadn't seen? There's a midway, but I guess I didn't test it yet. Expecting there to be maybe a dragon coin? No, nothing up there. Nothing in the pipe. No convenient ways to die, unfortunately. Let's see, do slopes cause scroll? Nope. Okay, let's use a little bit of magic. Nope, nothing up here. Alright, well this level doesn't really have anything going on. Oh. There was never a P-switch? How would I have gotten up there? Guess I could come back with a cape. Like, I don't know if I want to bother doing that. Let's see an effective way to do this, because like there's not been any spot with a P-switch. Alright. Well, we'll leave that till later. Guess we need to test the midway. Oh, unless it's one of these, and no. Oh, there was also a... I could have done that at any point in time. Whoops. Guess we'll come back in and test the midway, because I've basically beaten the level. There's not much else going on. And there's no real convenient way to die. I'm gonna guess this next level will have layer 3 water for some reason. Or no, wait, it's the level following. Mount Moon. Okay, well at least that's interesting. Rather hoping I'd hit that. Let's grab that. Start select. Spectre is unlikely to be broken because it's in... Yeah, that's fine. As long as the midway's in the same world, it tends to work. I don't know why he's yellow on... Alright, let's see. Point of advice, move carefully because Mount Moon is a rocky mountain with many inclines. Oh! Okay. I'm still getting the feeling this is an edit, for some reason. Just, you know, getting that feeling here. Yeah, this seems familiar to me. Where was I going with that last thought? It doesn't matter. So I'll put a marker down for this one too. There's no swingy blocks? Yeah, there it was. How you doing, Tofa? Like I said, it's like there's definitely some familiarity here. Like that. Oh, I was given a choice. I don't know, no, I did make the right choice. I got the dragon coin. What's up there? That don't look right. Oh. Okay, well, I guess that's interesting. Like, it still looks very similar in many ways. See, default message. Another one. Get that midway. Okay. I trusted it. I shouldn't have trusted it. How you doing, Matt? Just waiting to know if the midway works. 32. Double Team TM. Well, thank you for the 32 months, Matt. Dang, that is a long time. And I didn't know that was the Double Team TM number. Don't the numbers shift around a little bit? Like, in general? I'm pretty sure they switched around a few times throughout the years. It isn't anymore. There we go. The reason I know this is because it came up in a puzzle. Want to say there was one... What was the year was that? Probably 2020. There was a Pokemon round, effectively, in the Mystery Hunt, which was a decent amount of fun. The mini-metas weren't great. I remember being kind of annoyed at a couple of them. One of them was literally, here are vague descriptions of TMs, and you need to fill in some blanks to do something else. I forget exactly how it worked, because it wasn't the world's most interesting meta. But there was another one where you had to use words that rhymed with badge names, and I did not like that one. Alright, I'm going to check that for Dragon Coins. Used to not shift, but now they all have. That makes sense. The final thing was actually really cool. You had to always face a Pokemon and then its evolution for a good chunk of the round. Like Charmander, Charmeleon, a few others like that. And the shtick is that you'd have to figure out why... And the puzzle would evolve, too. It'd be very similar puzzles, but different. Like, there was a crossword on one building, and then a crossword on a different building. The coolest one being, I want to say the Charmeleon one, which gave us a picture of a record, and we had to decode some information off of that picture. We had to figure out a song, like, it was music. We had to decode the music on it, which was pretty cool. And then the upgraded version was a cassette tape. We had to do the same with that. And that did require slightly different programming because records use constant radial velocity, whereas tapes use constant linear velocity, and that makes all the difference. But what we eventually had to figure out was that you could also evolve the answers separately, so we ended up, like, there were also around a group of Pokemons that we didn't have the evolution answers on. We had to figure out what they were, and so, like, fire was take the next element in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. Water was something like add the letters H2O and anagram, things like that. Dragon was the funniest one because it was a pun. It was, you had the name of someone in RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah, 6 Dragon Coins in the level. And you needed to use their drag name. So, a Dragon evolution. There were a couple other ones, but I forget how they work. Dang, I'm thirsty today. Anyway. Hey, look! Don't smoke, it's bad for you. Hey, that didn't destroy the water. I wasn't planning on doing that anyway. BeeBoo. Okay, that's kind of funny. You know, the instant message box almost got me. I really thought there was going to be layer 3 water in this level, and there wasn't. Anyway, I did watch the type, the freeze-dry thing. Didn't realize there actually was one for one of the types. That was actually kind of interesting. because it doesn't, that particular ability doesn't come out much. The other thing I thought was funny, he wanted to use bend spoons for the psychic one, for psychic to hurt steel. Because apparently that was the thing in that video, was everything needs to hurt steel. Including steel's type. But the bending spoon things is really funny, because in Japan, one of the evolutions of the Abracadabra Alakazam line, they're all named after, like, famous magicians, and the one in the middle is Yuri Brenner, I think, who is a famous magician who claimed to be able to bend spoons with his mind, and then got upstaged massively by a famous skeptic who thought he couldn't. Because, you know, he couldn't actually bend spoons with his mind. Nobody can actually do that. That's impossible. Yuri Geller, thank you. And only recently has he settled his lawsuit with the Pokemon company to allow those Pokemon cards with his name to be published, I guess. Because, again, the name of that hasn't changed in Japan. There's a bunch of cutoff right here by the water here. In fact, I think that's true for the entirety of the area. I will say that while this level does feel remarkably similar to Yoshi's Island 4, it is not, in fact, a simple edit. But it's still an edit. There is no midway. Complete with all of the slowdown. There's a decent amount of slowdown just because that level has slowdown. Yeah, I think it's funny. It's a rather famous skeptic who liked to go around busting these dudes on various TV shows. Randy something? The Amazing Randy? Not Randy Johnson. That's a different person. But he would produce situations that made it, you know, kind of impossible for these dudes to do their tricks. Like one of them, this guy claimed he could move pieces of, move like book pages with his mind. And of course he can't, because that's silly. So the dude went and put a bunch, the Amazing Randy, thank you. He put like a bunch of like styrofoam dots or a bunch of like paper cutout dots and was like, here, now do it. Because he assumed the guy was just, you know, blowing on the page, which, yeah, he's like, no, it just doesn't work. Just psychic power is not working today. Pokemon when? After I acquire a Switch 2. Let's go with that for the time being. Does remind me, I thought about messaging Kappa. Just go. Okay, fine. About more UFO 50 today, but the timing did not work out. Probably should have. Because I wasn't actually doing anything important at 10. I was chilling at home at 8. Okay, yeah, this is an edit. But... okay, that shouldn't happen. I don't know how you can even make that happen, but that shouldn't happen. Huh. Why would you recommend playing it on Switch 1 some, aside from the experience itself? Yeah, this is an edit. Clearly an edit. Does this one also do that? No. How about this one? What just happened right there? Okay, I despawned the thwomp. That's what happened. Just to see what a pain it was? No, thank you. I'm good. That was a corrupt note block. This one's gonna take forever. I'm already up to 20 notes, and it's been about 20 minutes. Point of advice. Maybe only hit Iggy when the platform is tilted the way he is positioned. Makes for an easier fight, I might add. Might I add, I suppose. But yeah, should have just done that. Maybe Thursday. I want to do Baba Is You tomorrow, but we'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling. I keep saying I'm going to go do the pinball tournament on Wednesdays, and then I don't, so I kind of feel like I should at least once. Well, maybe that's a next week thing. Keep saying that also. Because also, like, I'm on the East Coast for a bit. I'm not going to get to play that much pinball. Turns out their one pinball machine, even vaguely near my sister's place, is now gone. Which is disappointing, but not ultimately surprising. It wasn't well maintained. And it was in an area meant for children, so it didn't really do much. It was also frequently broken. I want to say, like, I couldn't proc multi-balls on it or something. Like, it was not useful. Same with the James Bond that was in another brewery's kids section. Also, that one I had to, like, get a card rather than use quarters. Like, I'm an adult. I just want to, like, put in quarters. I don't know. All right. Hopefully this has changed. Something new and unique. BeeBoo may have defeated the Blue Shell, but that was only one of 7 mercenaries hired by Mega Dookie-tron. That is a word I am saying today. I haven't used the word dookie in a very long time, having not been 12 for a very long time. I can't remember the last time I even counted it in fiction. Alright. CapedKoopaCrashland. It is truly a name of all time. Use Powboy's cape to soar through the sky, run fast, jump, and hold the X or Y button. Learning to fly, use the left and right buttons. Okay. This, again, that is literally where that is spawns in Donut Plains 1. Learning to fly, don't listen to the advice of Foo Fighters. Yeah, when I looked at this initially, I was kind of hoping it would be more like Yoshi's Crack House quality, but it has not quite gotten there. Maybe one of these days we'll play Yoshi's Crack House for the hell of playing Yoshi's Crack House. Because it's not bad for what it is. It's just very middle school. Very South Park. Very 90s South Park, I guess, would be the right way of phrasing it. South Park got better and worse in some ways. Who needs to fly when you can just jump? So let's see if you find funny. I mean, I legitimately laughed several times while playing Yoshi's Crack House. It's not a great hack by any means. No one's ever gonna, like, speedrun it for a GDQ or anything. But it's got its charm. Some cutoff right there. I think I recommended it to someone and they actually did enjoy it. Like, every once in a while I get the urge to play through one of those hacks I moderated way earlier. Just kind of for kicks, because, like, I don't have the playthroughs of those anywhere anymore. Like Super Smile Face World. I like Super Smile Face World. And I've talked about it many a time on stream because it presented an interesting conundrum up until, like, recently. Because it would have been a hack made for a, like, 5-year-old girl that would have had to get flagged Kaizo. And that just didn't make sense. But it would have been really funny. Either way, we got that fixed and resubmitted and it all works. Back when I was more of a hard ass with moderation, I really didn't need them to get them to fix the midway that actually didn't matter. Use Powboy's Cape to soar through. That's the same message at the beginning. This is completely the same. 100%. Yep, this is 100% the same. Kind of wondering if I should even bother continuing. Like, is this going to become substantially different? I mean, then again, I went through all of Flappy Mario. I didn't expect to make that up there. Huh. Oh yeah, that whole area was the same. I don't know if I put a note down for that, but it was. I mean, again, this is... In fact, this is getting more and more Donut Plainsy by the moment. That should have been a Yoshi, but notwithstanding. Come on. Oh, it's a spawner! I love these so much. They're my favorite thing. I love having to deal with these critters when I'm trying to accomplish anything else, just randomly. RNG, it's my favorite thing. Guess I should have hit that first instead of flying. Does remind me I need to visit Yoshi's Island 2 again. Nope, totally reasonable. Didn't really think that through. Whatever, I don't need another cape. I'm gonna need to come back anyway for a second exit, so we'll just test the midway then. Though I suspect that midway will work just fine, because this is the original level. Like, I feel a bit silly. buzzing cave. How many exits am I up to? Like 6? 7, okay. Oh yeah, I need to get the midway first. Why did I do that? Now I can't see chat. That was not the smartest of moves. There we go. Quick. Look, the midway worked. Surprising no one, but delighting everyone. You know what's sad is I think I was better at flying when I was a kid. Crap. I was hoping to get takeoff velocity before that happened. There we go. It's odd to move the keyhole, in all honesty. But that's something different, I guess. Crab? What crab? Crab people? Talking about South Park, that was another earlier South Park thing that was kind of dumb. Oh. I mean, I said crap, not crab. We keep it PG-13-ish here. Except we're talking about dumb things. Okay. This feels very familiar. I'm debating... I think I might stop putting down notes, because I think all of these levels feel like edits. I might put a level a note down where there's one that doesn't feel like an edit. It's like, this is an edit. The slope is marginally different, I guess. Like, there's a block here with a power-up. There's a flat thing here. It slows down here. And then it's coin blocks. So, like, nothing's changed. Like, what has changed is feels very small. Like, just changing the slopes on some of these. Like, because it's been a while since I've been here, so maybe this is normal. But I don't think so. I think some of these were flatter. No, I think these all had slopes, except the flat one, which is the indication for the pipe. Which, of course, is what we're looking for. Alright, well, fair enough. Pipe's not there. There's a pipe here. Guess we'll use this pipe. This pipe takes me to this room that I was expecting. The room is the same. Oh, it's missing the blue Yoshi thing. Oh, that... You know what? That is actually different-ish. Except for the vine and the other stuff. Huh. And there's another vine. How odd. Do. Alright, into the pipe with me. I don't see it anywhere. Okay. Oh, wait. This might be original. Oh, there's a keyhole. I didn't see it! I couldn't see the keyhole. It was against the black background. Not at all what I meant to do there. Anyway. What else is new? Honestly, not much since last, was it Friday? Yeah, I think so, Friday. Got a bunch of the videos edited and more or less ready. I just need to write descriptions and run scripts. I'm actually up to like 25 days ahead right now, which is nice. Without digging into any of the older stuff, which I should do. It's sitting there. I should finish it up and send it out. Like, some of it would be more complicated, like Dark Forces, too, because I actually did want to fix up some of the audio problems I had there. Namely that the audio for the cutscenes was way too low, and the audio for the first two streams is non-existent in terms of music. But apparently the game hates music anyway, so I might not bother. Because, like, it frequently is just like, nah, we're just gonna stop doing music. Like, we don't care about that. Okay, so let's pull back for a second. Let's assume the game will take me back to the same room, because that's how this should work. And I can definitely come back if need be. Perfectionist. You know it. You know it, Fries. How you doing? I've got a bunch of stuff sitting there. Like, I really should just get jump out the door. I need to write a simple script, and then I was planning on seeing if I can get Daiso to make some thumbnails or something. Oh, look. A thing. Red blocks? Wow. Getting red blocks and coming all the way back out here would be very silly. Hey, look. It's the area I scrolled into. Interesting. Except it didn't have the... I couldn't go backwards, so maybe it wasn't the same area? 28. Let's see if anything's been done to the bonus game. Where's the key? I already got the key. But we have to go back because I'm weirded out by that specific area, and I wanted to check something. All 7. You know, I never actually saw 7. Like, I just don't watch that many movies. Isn't this just Donut Plains 2? It is indeed, Jamie. How you doing? That's how this hack has been going, isn't this exactly... Though I will admit there was some creativity in Yoshi's Island 4 that I kind of enjoyed. But it was ultimately the same thing. We have missed a lot of great movies. There's a non-trivial number of movies where, like, quite literally, I only know anything about them because I've seen the Simpsons episode loosely based upon it or something. Like King Kong. Like, I played the pinball machine recently because it's shown up in a few places, and I'm like, there's a Stegosaurus attack that happens in King Kong? There's like, T-Rexes or something? There's, like, all sorts of dinosaur stuff going on. Didn't even know! Giant spiders, at least I knew, but I figured everything on King Kong Island was, like, giant. That was the shtick. Because King Kong is very big. Which things are not the same. The movie and the pinball machine? Yeah, they're distinctly not the same. One's a pinball machine. One's a movie. Those are different mediums, to be sure. Interesting. You just can't scroll back. Does it disable scrolling entirely? Yes. So assuming you're a nitwit and get distracted, and yeah, I could not see the HUD, because this room doesn't scroll, you can't actually leave if, yeah, you can get soft-locked here. That sucks. You can get soft-locked here. I'm not going to, but flippers in movies. That's fair, but, like, they're using the IP. This is the Yellow Switch Palace. With some extra stuff. Oh crap, I need to ditch the shell. Nope. No yump. I got 1 yump. I can live with that. Anyway. While they're not the same, the IP I feel is old enough to be in the public domain. I'm pretty sure King Kong's that old. King Kong movie. No, not 2005. No, I want the old one. Old movie. 1933. That might be in the public domain. The characters and story have entered the public domain. So, like, you could easily make King Kong do whatever you want without having to pay Universal now. Just pointing that out. Which is probably what Stern did, in all honesty. Haunted house? Huh. Never had a pleasant experience with them. Only had one experience. Whatever. I've been in a haunted house or two. Was I actually in a haunted house? Yeah, I was. But I was the guy who managed the dry ice, so it was really boring. Free exits are free. Hey, look, it's identical. And look at that, only enough sprite slots for 3 of them. I guess the boxes might be new. Oh, I didn't get... Why did I think I'd get the bonus game? But yeah, like, even if it is different, they still have some similarities to them. Hey, a moon! Okay, this is kind of cute. Magic attacks. Powboy's cape. Okay. Delboy's ring! Actually, I didn't know you could fly backwards. That was cool. Yeah, I only know about... It's an old British sitcom, Only Fools and Horses, and the only reason I know about it is because of Taskmaster. I also saw a bit of it in one of those Tom Scott videos. That was... This is original! Okay. Alright. We're getting somewhere. I'll point out that doesn't look right. That spotlight's seen better days. Yeesh, this place reminds me of getting water in the dark. Glad I have a mini fridge now. So saith BeeBoo. Ah. Well, okay, that's not really cut off, but it's kind of cut off adjacent. I'm gonna try something dumb really quick. Okay. Alright, yeah, this area's boxed off. Good enough. Feels like I played slightly at SMW. I'll tell you... Great. Okay, my sprite's invisible. That's always fun. How do you even do that? It's not a sprites per scanline thing. Must be like a stacked boo thing? Am I stuck in a loop? I might be stuck in a bad loop. I didn't see any other exits. Ah. No, I guess you could ride the boo instead of fly. You know, ride the boo invisibly. There was more to that than I saw, so I need to go back. But yeah, this has been very much a... This is clearly my first hack, and I'm having fun, and I want to tell a story. But I mean, it's very obvious from the get-go I'm not going to accept this, unfortunately. So I'm wondering how much of this is, like, just kicking it while it's down. Because, like, everyone has to make their first thing. I know my first hack had a 105 edit in it. It was fun. And especially since, like, we've kind of upped the ante for a long time now. Like, you're not really allowed to submit a hack with a default overworld. People used to do that all the time, and we'd just be like, okay, cool, whatever. Because, honestly, we didn't care. Now, yeah, you gotta at least put a modicum of effort in. You know, I should have hit the light first. That would have been smart. Alright, I didn't go through this door. Which takes us outward immediately. Alright, whatever. So now, like, you need to do more. Maybe this would have been acceptable in, like, 2000 flat, but with where we are now. Let's go do the rest of this. Picked up a copy of Bomberman 64. Oh, nice. I saw that run at a GDQ or at some point in my life, and it looked fun. It's like an adventure game, not just Bomberman. This level hasn't changed one iota. Like, at all. Alright. This is exactly what it is. It's Donut Secret 1. Yep. Do I want to do the balloon stuff? I kind of hate the balloon stuff. You've never played any Bomberman? Like, not even like a Flash knockoff or some sort of, like, Mario Party derivative? When I was in Japan, I played Bomber Girl for a little bit and when I was in an arcade, which is literally Bomberman. Like, it's licensed IP, and all of the various girls have, like, Bomberman character keychains as part of their aesthetic. Not necessarily Bomberman, because there's other Bomber people, but, you know. They had a bunch of them, too. Like, I think this was Hay. Played Super Bomberman R when it came out on Switch and Friends, but just it. Yeah, I think this is a significantly different game from that. Because, like, I think I've played a Bomberman game on Switch with Fiskbit, because he likes Bomberman quite a bit. But... One of those levels that has too many dragon coins, even in the base game. Interesting. That is a choice. Only edited at the end. Adding more dragon coins, okay. Huh. I wonder if there is a second exit to that still. Put a marker down to investigate second exitness, because I didn't see anything obvious, and it might just be gone, and I'll need to look in Lunar Magic to see if there's some other trick. I'll put a marker down for the time being, and we'll come back to it later if I feel like it. Alright, you know what? This is different. It's not my preferred level aesthetic, but it is different from the base game. Sometimes people get more creative the longer they get into their edits. Oh, that one goes down, which makes sense, I guess. Wait, where am I now? Okay. I'm in Pipe Heaven. Cool. Didn't expect this. Two-tone pipe. No, I can't scroll the screen. We're already pretty much up in the sky. Doo-doo-doo. Alright. Cool. Got a copy of Body Harvest? Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard that was fun. It's like a proto-GTA kind of thing. I think Fistbit was trying to convince me to play it at one point. Octagon. Can we scroll the level? Yeah, we can. Do we want to scroll the level? I'm not quite sure. Been lurking while you work on your second job. Oh, nice! You finished the first one. I'm still on with Squiggles, as far as I know, for the following Sunday. I think there are blocks here. Okay, blocks are slightly off screen. Got the one. Oh, nice. Now they're off the screen here. Okay, yeah, that's some gnarly cutoff right there. That's solid. And there's stuff on the ground here that I can't see. Okay. In fact, I think there's more on the ground here. Like I said, I cannot really see it. And apparently I'm running out of time. You know, not all I complain about that being kind of cut off, but it looks actually pretty cool. There was a midway, right? Why do I feel like I'm looking at a weird low-resolution reproduction of something? I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like this is supposed to look like a chunk of Mario Wonder. One of those key things you should know is to change the time limit if you're at a larger level. I still made it. It's a standard run, Blue Mage, Time Mage, Ranger, Drag. If you just said Blue Mage... yeah, Blue Mage, Time Mage makes that really easy. Why is that called... Oh, Piranha Plants. And also Sup, no, yeah, no, I'm happy to test when I'm done with this. We'll see how long testing this takes. It might be a hot minute. It has allegedly 50 exits. So... we will see. There was a midway I wanted to test. That was the point of this. But the midway's like right here. So. Think you've forgotten? Hence the if you're awake. Yeah, it's fair. Guess we'll have some more ads. Yep, that works. I was briefly worried that might have crashed. Oh, hello. What advice? Don't just... Please don't ignore these info boxes. I'm putting some amount of effort into these messages, you know. Okay, well, I haven't been ignoring them. I've been reading them studiously. Let's pretend that Super Cape is Powboy's Cape, and the Spirit Sword is Fire Flower, and the Spirit Sword, and the Fire Flower is Fire Magic. I feel this must be a reference to something. I just don't know what it is. I think I was supposed to surf there. Okay. Is there... But wait, there's more! Allegedly have an IQ of 890? That doesn't sound right to me, but... You can't trust internet IQ tests. What can you trust? Throw it out there, Game of Thrones reference. In this hack? I forgot about default. That is so annoying. Oh well. Remember Sweet Dude having a ninja sprite that chases you? Do you know where that's from? I don't. I've definitely experienced it more than once. So I'm going to say it's an off-the-shelf thing. I think an awful lot of Sweet Dudes... No, Sweet Dude, I think, can code. I need to go on the upswing. I don't know why I'm doing down. Probably a lack of patience. He isn't the biggest coder, but I swear he could at least code some stuff. But again, I think I've experienced that specific sprite in other hacks, so... You almost got me. Bastard pipe. Okay. Let's see if I can respawn the other one. There we go. Yeah, I would just look up, like, Ninji on SMW Central. Level doesn't want to scroll. I wanted that moon so badly. Need sleep. Have a good one. Alright, see you later, Matt. Sleep well. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what hack I'd last seen that in. I want to say, like, Mario's Expedition had it. I think Mario's Expedition had, like, really good credits, so you might be able to, like, source it from there. If anything like it, Higher Hops after you. I think Sweet Dude also commissioned a non-trivial amount of custom stuff. Oh, hello. So it might be something special. You might just want to message him. What's up, Echo Ravana? How you doing? Oh, thank you for the raid. Hope you did something fun for streaming. What was it? What were you up to? Let me do this. Oh, I should have waited for Fries. Fries could have done that. Oh, well. Boop. We're just doing the moderation thing. Chilling out. Maybe I'm a moron. Alright. I don't know if I can do this. I know, I didn't mean to steal your jarb. Nuts. Alright, well, if we scroll over and jump. Pit out Claire Obscure. Having fun with that so far? Nice. I've heard nothing but good things. Though having finished a long CRPG is not something I'm ever thinking about playing anytime soon. See, the thing is, that's what everyone always thinks of when they think of someone pronouncing the word job funny. They always think of South Park. I can't do this on the Cape. They always think that I'm talking about South Park, but no, I'm talking about Coach Z, who cannot pronounce the word job. Would always say things like, great job, and whatnot. I do love Coach Z. Keep doing your thing, Coach Z. Coach Z, 1212. Coach Z, 1212. I should just take this with me and make this obstacle easy. What am I doing? These peoples try to fade. These peoples try to fade me. Alright, well, that wasn't the best plan. Hanging out at GDQ? Yep, we are. Got my reservations a while ago, got my badge before that, and, in fact, I was briefly worried I was going to have to cobble together some other combination of hotel options, and thankfully I got into the main group after some doing. I even had to call them, and they were like, well, we can give you this other thing. I'm like, that's worse than what you have online. They're like, yeah, it is. I'm like, well, that's fun. Thank you. You've been a help. So I just kept checking back every day or so. Just gotta get your real ID taken care of. That makes sense. Yeah, GDQ's fun. I enjoyed it last time, which is why I'm going back. No! Why is this obstacle eluding me? Yeah, I'm still not gonna bother with the real ID thing. I'm just gonna bring my passport. I am far too lazy to bother going and getting a new driver's license where my mine doesn't expire for like another month or another couple years. Another month. Just a month, maybe I'd go do it, but it doesn't expire until like 2018 or 2028. Looking forward to it. Didn't get your run in, but going to security volunteer. Oh, nice. I didn't bring the springboard with me. Hope that's a fun job. Doesn't involve busting too many heads. Though depending upon how my flight works, I might get security'd. Long story short, thanks to the annoying time zone shift, if I wanted a reasonable flight, I had to go kind of later in the day. And my flight will get there around like 7 and flat, as according to schedule. Oh wait, what am I doing? I don't have to do this right. Now I do that. There we go. Moon! And cutoff. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. It's fun to be there. Nothing make you happy kicking bar out of the practice room. I saw that last time. It was actually hilarious. But I think Liz Star had to kick Barb out because Barb... It was already late and Barb, like... It was like 10 p.m. when Barb got there. And so, yeah, he wasn't supposed to be in the room, but got to stay for a few minutes to say hello to Juz and the like. There we go. Huh. Doesn't have that property of Dragon Coins. Interesting. I've ever seen something that low. Today I learned. A little bit of cutoff. Alright, we're gonna use Cape and check up here really quick to see if there's another Dragon Coin I'm not seeing. I love random spawns. They're my favorite. Okay, anything up here? Alright. Double check to see if there's 5 Dragon Coins, but I think there's only 4. It was Liz, yeah. Got all lunchtime shifts are probably unlikely. Be surprised if he's planning to be there. I mean, he had kids this year and stuff. Don't know if there's any big... I don't remember if there's a lot of Kaizo either, so... Wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't. Just kids in general. Twins especially. Hey look, it's Morton's castle. Not what I meant to do. Not really sure why I think that's a good idea. Alright, what we've learned here is you can't really do the thing I want to do. That way. You can do it this way. I had twins last year. None of the Kaizo hacks this year. Yeah. But we do have Plumber for all seasons. What I'm looking forward to. And the Megas. That should just be fun. But yeah, the event that... oh, whoops. This is slightly different. I'm gonna have to go through this like 3 times. But in the event I cannot get my badge day 1, I'll probably just like wander off and go play pinball. Because like, there's a pinball place like a mile and a half away. Better than sitting in a hotel room. Anyway, this is number 2, Morton's Castle. I forgot if I put down a marker, but this, well, with some minor changes, hasn't changed enough. Surprised a normal vanilla hack got into GDQ. Any of it? I mean, I hesitate to call Plumber for All Seasons a vanilla hack. Like, it's got a lot of stuff going on if you've never played it. Like, while it is a standard hack, it is most definitely not vanilla. Kinda wish I'd gotten that. And standard. This is a vanilla edit? Yeah, that's kind of been the theme here. It's this dude's first hack. So, like, these things happen. It's a bit silly, unfortunately. But most of the things so far have been vanilla edits. The prior level was probably the most original content so far. I have to go through this like 3 times. Trying to decide if I just want to sandbag it or... No, it's so hard. It's just Morton. It's so easy. Alright. Can you actually get hurt when he's up here? He isn't very good at hurting you. Yeah, random age. It's weird. It's had some, like, interspersed lore about stuff like the cape being something, Powboy's cape. I don't know who Powboy is, and the fire flower should be fire magic or something. It didn't usually have Rosalina here. It was just Mario, but yellow on the world maps. I don't know why. After an intense fight with Morton Koopa, BeeBoo, as confused as he was victorious. It's now on to the Vanilla Cave Dome. Vanilla Cave Dome? Huh. New one. Vanilla Cave Dome. Alright. Pretty Space Lady BeeBoo. I don't think this is that one. I think she's a rock. I think this is a different one. This is BeeBoo 190. Anyway, this is, once again, very familiar. There's some extra spikes. Oh, right, Rosalina. I did not brain correctly there. Okay. One other entrance. Giving this all the due diligence. You cannot do a fly like that. What's up, New Pointless? There we go. Ugh, just moderating a hack. Saw this one in the queue, thought it was funny. Giving it undue diligence. No comment. Plus, it's number 2, Morton's Castle. I like number 2, Morton's Castle, and its odd variants. Just the nature of the beast. One of my favorite Mario levels for some reason. Probably because this section is actually a lot of fun. Ugh. Anyway, I'll be at GDQ from, I think, Monday to Sunday, and then after that I'm heading out. Which, like everybody else is. But instead of going back to Seattle, I'm going to DC. To do some, hanging out with family. They've wanted to do a beach thing for a while. And so we're finally doing it. Midway! Able to moderate your hack when it's done. It's unclear if it counts as Kaizo, and you may not submit it as such. It's not hard. Okay, the midway doesn't work. Sure. Even if it's like Kaizo Light, I can pick that kind of thing up if I feel the need to or want to. Sunday to Monday, but like the whole week in between that. Yeah. I figured as much. Be a bit silly to show up. Is this death? No. Oh. No, wait. I meant to leave that up there for a second. Memory Lane and 19 friends. Just raided this message box. There's a reason we have these things. Thanks so good luck. How you doing, Memory Lane? Thank you for the raid. Hope you're up to something fun. We're just moderating this hack, which is mostly edits. So I may or may not be able to finish this tonight now that I look at it. And thank you for doing that, Fries. Boop. Boop. That wasn't smart. But yeah, beach. It's just a thing that the East Coast people like to do is go to the beach, rent a beach house, be at beach, do things. My brother, both of my brothers are coming out with their families, and my sister's coming out with hers, and my other 2 sisters will also be there. And my youngest sister actually sent me a text. Of course. Well, there we go. We learned about the Alabama beach mouse. Funny enough, it's not an Alabama beach house. It's in DC. 2-tone pipe. Oh god, that's gonna be annoying. Love the mega. I'm actually surprised it's working that well. There's gotta be some over here. Oh no, I didn't get the key. Miku does good work when she feels like it. There we go. Yeah, that transliteration stuff does not handle garbage as well as you might expect, but it worked out okay, surprisingly. Oh, of course the top... God. Not anytime soon. I only turned that off like a year ago. I guess it was really about 2 years now I think about it. Where am I going? What is this level? Well, there's the key. Take the key. I got distracted again. Where am I? Oh, I need to get on top of this again. This is actually good, because I didn't want to have to sandbag in the middle of it. Boing. Anyway, I have completely lost my train of thought. Does not matter. Anyway, it should be fun. We're gonna do some cooking for at least one of the nights, me and one of my sisters. It's the unattached peoples. Initially, your idea was to make chili, and I'm like, one, that sounds like work. Two, let's not. It's gonna go to the beach. I don't want chili after going to the beach. My younger brother's planning to do tacos at some point, so. Isn't this 4-2? 4-2 from... That actually would explain a lot now, wouldn't it? Was the level's name 4-2 and I wasn't paying attention? It's very possible it was. But, like, I kept looking at this, I'm like, this does look familiar to me. It just looks weird. SMW 1? It's been too long since I played the OG to any serious extent. But, given that the first level, Yoshi's Island 1, was replaced with 1-1, that wouldn't surprise me. I was like, at least it's original. But yeah, that also explains the ending, doesn't it? Or the secret exit. Well, L. L. Alright, well. It was not, in fact, called that. It was Lost Cave. Anyway, that level was Mario 1-ish. I think less from the Omega. Haven't played in forever. Yeah. That's an original message. I'm up to 41 notes. Thankfully, a lot of them are of the variety, this level is this level, from here. Once again, this sprite is just so well done. Cannot believe it's done with the original Mario palette. But, yeah, there's definitely traces, penumbras, and animations. Where this reminds me very distinctly of the level it was based upon. And cutoff. Lots of cutoff, right there. Well, I mean, lots of cutoff in general, but specifically right to the left of Rosalina there. Okay. Look, I get to go around again. Round and round. What goes around comes around. But then it goes off the rails. It does its own thing for a bit. It's a very odd way of doing this. And then we're back on the normal rails. I don't care about the objects there. Oh, man. That was the other thing. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream today just because I'm tired. I did not sleep well last night. Okay. I'm going to put a marker down because I don't think there was a secret exit in that level. Like, so far, BeeBoo here has not changed any of the colors or anything. So I think this is their way of, like, cutting off chunks of the map that they don't want us at yet. Just removing secondary exits like this one. Which makes a degree of sense. But still... Once again, this is an edit. Edit of Vanilla Dome 2. Why does fire work underwater? Well, if you saw messages 003-2 or 006-1, you would have known by now, because it's fire magic. Cool, right? It's true. I read those things. I think. I just that's cut off, but I don't think it is. Huh. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, which way are we going first? Down here? Oh look, I need a P-switch to continue. However, could I have guessed? I wonder if there's a secret right here. More cutoff with that block. I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen someone do that, but just raising the sea level here with that hidden block looks really funny. Because, yeah, that's all that's really happened here, is the sea level's been raised. Oh, yeah, the midway... Well, if I have a cape, I can get back, assuming it's exactly where I expected it, and it was. Let's go Starman. Get a little variety in our music. And that is some more cutoff. Actually, we're going to backtrack and do this part second. Because we need to do both sides of that equation. Dunk. And more cutoff. The funny thing is this gives me the same sort of vibes like SMW Remade from Memory does in some ways. Okay, Overworld Cutoff. That's a unique one. I don't usually see that often. I think the last time I saw Overworld Cutoff somewhere, HeroSoft had to point it out to me, because I did not notice it. Don't pay attention to her sudden appearance of work boots. Anyway, gonna be a GDQ. Mentioned that. And then East Coast for a little bit. Not like forever, just like a couple weeks. And then I don't know. We'll see. I haven't planned that far forward. I have some plans for this weekend, but that's about it. Oh, and I have plans to play Pandemic Legacy Season 2 at some point in the near future, too, but I don't know when that's going to be. And there's some cutoff there, to the left right there. And some right there. Alright, well, we sure went through all that. That pipe goes somewhere? Okay. I don't remember there being a pipe that went somewhere in that level. So this might be a new and unique addition. I remember playing that particular area, though. Alright, well, get fish. What? Okay, yeah, this is the same area. Okay. It isn't. Thank you. It isn't the... There isn't a pipe there? I'm certain that particular area is used somewhere else. I definitely remember playing it. So how you doing, Max? Wait, what am I doing? Swimming? I can hit it a lot faster with cape. Oh no, a fish! Oh, it isn't a new addition. Interesting. Alright, well, lots of cutoff around here. You want to stop pointing out cutoff at this point because there's so much of it. Guess I just never go in that pipe. It's kind of a superfluous pipe. Hey look, it's the Red Switch Palace. Complete with nothing new. No, I guess there were some new turtles. This is still just the Red Switch Palace, though. Ah, crap. Nope. Alas. 1 out of 3. One out of 3. It's not even not bad, just kind of eh. Alright, Parkour Mansion. It's got hardcore parkour. I was impatient. This looks different. I may have made this much more difficult than I wanted to do. Mistakes were made. No, yes. Screw you, ghosts. And your haunting. Yeah, this level at least has some inklings of not being completely the original here. Ghost House Civilization. Okay. I'm noticing a pattern here. I'm noticing an unfortunate pattern here. Are we really doing this? We might be doing this? Bubbles. Now this is looking very familiar. Bubbles. Can you say bubbles for me? Bubbles? No. One of my favorite stupid Taskmaster things. Before they decided like they wouldn't want to do tasks that annoyed other people. Because that one was one of those relatively early ones, like Season 2 or 3. One in Season 1 where like it was high five a 50-year-old or something, and yeah, just filming out in public was something they just decided not to go with, which I think was a good choice. Okay. Yeah, this is looking very familiar so far. Do I have a midway? Don't think it did. That's not making it easier. You're not making Christianity better. You're making rock and roll worse. I did watch an episode of King of the Hill. It's the one where Hanks insists upon using natural lures, such as worms, and it doesn't work out for him anymore. So he wants to switch bait types, go with something synthetic. And he tries to go buy some from a sketchy dude who sells bait out of his truck, but instead runs into a drug dealer and buys crack. So he starts fishing with crack, which worked surprisingly well. You know, till it didn't. Alright, this is a multiple exiter, so I think it's time to die. And eventually he gets arrested. Has to prove you can fish with crack, as the judge just doesn't believe him, for, I think, obvious reasons. But it was entertaining. Saw they were making a new King of the Hill, but the animation seems gross. Like they're trying to mimic the old stuff, but without any of the charm. And they're using like the more modern puppetry mechanisms rather than animation cells. Not my favorite thing, I must say. And yeah, that would be why. I was trying to remember if that was exactly the case, but after saying GDQ, I was like, yep, I believe this to be the case. Oh, that... okay. Already sandbagged. Check for thing. No, I did not. And Fries also kind of drifts in and out, so having it in text form is probably better, too. Turnips down under. Oh. One of the silly YouTube things I watch is the Underdogs, or the Australians, and they've had a series where they play Mario Party. Just play Mario Party and be generally the dickheads they are. Crap. And one of the guys is just consistently bad at Mario Party, which sounds like it shouldn't be the case. Like, because Mario Party has a significant amount of randomness and other crap, but... So every time he'd come in last, they'd give him a bonus star. And he was up to 3. The last session he had 4, and he's finally broken his losing streak. Am I hosed? I might be hosed. I'm not hosed. There we go. Now I can die. What's up, Direct Thrills? How you doing? Before the raid, you feel like I haven't seen me on in a while. Could be due to your schedule. Probably due to your sleep schedule. Going to sleep like 4 hours ago, just school bus driver. That makes sense. Summer break. Nice. Say to him midair. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say I had Hawaloota. I saw that earlier, didn't I? God, I got distracted by Alabama beach mice. That was the thing I forgot I was doing. Anyway, Hawaloota's still here. Thank you for the good luck like 15 minutes ago. I got distracted by much TTS. Good, playing Breath of the Wild. Oh, nice. Microwaving food. Yeah, it worked out. All good. Had a hamburger today. It wasn't the hamburger I wanted. There's a place that makes really good hamburgers, but they also run out of them earlier, which is annoying. I was going to go there and get a hamburger and maybe play some pinball, because they have those things too. And then I go to the counter like, I'd like to get a hamburger. And it's like, just ran out of those. I'm like, okay, well, thanks anyway, and just left. Went to an inferior hamburger place, which did not please me. It was okay, but just wasn't what I wanted. Spent a while, like, wondering what did I want to eat. I also walked, like, 2 miles to get there. Briefly even considered going to a Chipotle, which also would have required walking a non-trivial distance. But, like, I also would then thought about, like, it's not really worth it. There's better burrito places around. Oh, yeah, there's Dragon Coins in here. There's 5 at least, so I'm not going to continue with that. Curious. Not curious enough. Working overtime so much this year, building a new database system. You want it done ASAP so you can settle your ass for 2 or 3 years before you make your changes. I like it. 320, that sounds about right. Yeah, gas is expensive. Like, the only way, like, driving makes sense these days is if you can, like, get lots of people. Even back in the day, it mostly made more sense if you had lots of people. It's one of the reasons my brother drives a lot. He has 2 kids. When they go somewhere, they drive. Very frequently, if they can. Okay, well that's nice of them. We'll take the door first. Midward! Hey look, this room is identical! This room is identical to the castle, number 3. And so is this one, apparently. It's a good thing I like this section. It's only to do the other half of the other section. I never bother with it. Okay, aside from there not being a mushroom there, this still is identical so far. Yeah, I could see that. Last minute plane tickets are expensive. The economics of it, they basically assume only business people care about that, and the people who have doing business are like, no, I gotta do my business, regardless of the price. So. Yeah, looking forward to it. Should be fun. One thing I do want to do is see more of the city, because I really didn't see much outside of the escape room, a couple of places to eat, and, I didn't... Alright, well that's a problem. This is weird. Weird spawn placements for these things. I don't think I've ever seen this happen. Oh, Mangart's gonna be there? Cool. Yeah, should be fun. Oh, that's nice. Hopefully somewhere fun. I still haven't gone to Hell's Kitchen. Caristel Smith, the creator of VR game Gorilla Tag, had his greatest moderators sent to defeat BeeBoo, but to no avail. You can't stop me from ghost trolling as Sonic.exe. Lems. I think I'm too old for this hack. I don't know what these things are. I heard of Gorilla Tag, because it was at PAX, and everyone was, like, wearing banana hats. But that's about it. That was going to be pretty good. Yeah, just, like I said, I didn't really see much outside of the hotel and a few other things that I probably should, because I never really spent time in Minnesota, outside of the one time I did a giant road trip and saw the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. It was pretty big, and I look abjectly miserable in the one selfie I took. No, you are not going to see the selfie unless you meet me in real life. Yeah, Sonic.exe is one of, I think, the classic.exe progenitors. There's a lot of them now. I don't know how many there are. I vaguely remember a Sonic hack that was based upon, or not a Sonic hack, a Mario hack that was based upon Sonic.exe that I played forever ago. I think I don't even know if it was on SMW Central. I might have found it in Xandro's database. But, like, when I say I vaguely remember, I mean vaguely. It was forever ago. I remember it being kind of fun, except the last boss being absolutely painful. Well, that was a short level. Oh, I completely forgot what I was doing. Design of GM-less TTRPGs? Yeah, I might be game. De-rust SMW on a controller for Kaizo cred? Yeah, I've got... Oh, I do need to do some work. Crap. There was something I wanted to have people try out at GDQ. Mostly to see it work in other people's setup. I just noticed the cutoff at the top of the screen. Cutoff at the top of the screen. I don't know if that's in the default. I'll have to check. I forgot I needed to go back and do the rest of the castle. What am I at in terms of exit numbers? 28. I'm halfway done. This is not what I was expecting. But yeah, I'd like to go to the art museum. I like to go to art museums when I go places. Doesn't happen as frequently as I'd like, but I do at least manage occasionally. Right, I didn't even test the midway. If I test the midway now, I'll get stuck there, so now I've made a hash of this. I should have killed myself there, and that would have helped, or unalived my Rosalina. Okay, that takes me there, which was expected. Yeah. My brother mentioned they had some large sculpture stuff somewhere. He's had to go to Minnesota a few times for business recently. And no, not Minneapolis, the bigger part of Minnesota. The northern part near Canada. Which I think is kind of hilarious and very unfortunate. Actually, he and someone else I know had to do that for a business trip recently and ended up just getting hosed due to bad weather. Like, they were trying to they had a flight to get back to DC, but that didn't work. Okay, puts you there, that's good enough. Because of weather around, so they tried to go to Chicago, and it just got worse. Well, you know, at least it's different. It's Flatland. It's flat. This is another Mario 1 level, isn't it? That's what this is. It's another Mario 1 level. That's why it's flat. I don't know what Mario 1 level. These should be Hammer Bros. But yeah, this is Mario 1. Okay. Marker, don't know what Mario 1 level this is, but this is a Mario 1 level. 8-2 with that. Hype takes you to Switch Palace. Let me guess. Big money, no whammies, and there's a reason I brought the shell. Yep, this is a soft lock. Actually, I don't need the shell. We're not doing that. Suddenly green switch. But yes, otherwise correct. That was unexpected. I tell you, kill and lives were some of the best things I've ever invested in for moderation purposes. I have saved so much time. Also, small bit of trivia, kill also drops a marker for me. Sometimes this is a desirable attribute. Other times it is not. Okay, not going in that pipe. Yeah, 8-2 feels right here. Dang, I sure wish I had an idea for this one. Luckily, nobody knows what level this is supposed to be. If only. If only. Well, at least it's short. Also, I needed to go back to the other level and check something. It's like 8-2 and 8-3 put together. I could see it. Again, it's been a while since I've played it or watched a speedrun. That's cute. I like the little castle at the end. Maybe 8-3 then. Either way, I need to go back into the other path now that the paths should have converged. Leonardo's castle. No, B, just reset. What's up, Jesus Juice? How you doing? Do. I think there was a midway in this level that I may have just ignored. No, this level was hella short. Like, the end was like right here. Yeah, if I could turn around when flying, maybe there's a second exit. But I'm not optimistic. There's the moon. 7-1. Yep, that matches concretely. How in the world? Wait. Quick check. No, that doesn't do anything funny. Okay. So we can find another spot where I can take off. It's like, I need to be flying down here. I can't... I'm not good enough at turnarounds to actually do them. I think this is tall enough to take off from. Or long enough. And before someone suggests learn how to turn around or slow fly, TJB tried to teach me once and it didn't stick because I'm bad. No one knows that one because it's 7-1? Yeah. Alright. I think it's possible. And I'm curious if it's intended. And I'm lazy, so we're just going to do this. Huh. See if there's a remnants back here that we're not supposed to get to. Because, like, you could clearly do this kind of flying if you were so enticed. Get the moon, because I like moons. And there is the thing here. We'll see if there's a level that's intended after this, or if this is merely a mistake. Because I suspect we're not supposed to. Nope. We're supposed to. It's been renamed, so... But it's Soda Lake. Convenient, but still Soda Lake. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that the hack creator intended us to do this. Because while the level name is changed, it's clearly Soda Lake. Kind of felt like by the time we got into this spot, at least the levels have been starting to transform significantly. But this is Soda Lake. I've also stopped putting down markers for this is a level in the existing game because it's happened so many times. Okay. Alright. We can swim through it. We have the technology. We can rebuild them. Mildly edited. Again, even if it's just mildly edited, like, if you asked me if that was Soda Lake, I'd say it was 80% of the Soda Lake. But again, my memory of the original game when things aren't horribly flashing, strobing, making chucks jump at my face, spawning ghosts everywhere is a little bit limited, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was supposed to go this way. In fact, I'm stuck. Yep, okay. Yep, we weren't supposed to go that way. So clearly that was an exit I wasn't supposed to have. That's going to be a little bit annoying. So while that level was renamed and possibly mildly edited, it clearly was not part of the main path. So we reset, and we should, if as long as they didn't change the save routines, have only lost a couple of levels. Which sucks, but what can you do? Yep. Alright, well, we learned an important lesson. Don't. This reminds me of advice my grandma gave me. She said, stab first. I never heard the rest because I stabbed her. I miss you, Gamma. Oh. That got me almost. Oh, that wasn't a Jan reference. That was an old YouTube thing. But I could totally see why you'd think it's Jan. No, there used to be this old, like, YouTube show. I think it was even on, like, one of the other sites before, called Ask a Ninja. And he would give people ninja... I got it! I've never done that before! I got the parade! Yes! Small victories! He would answer questions, put on this ninja outfit and answer questions and, like, have ridiculous over-the-top hand movement because you can't see his lips. My personal favorite one of his was, what was it? Paul says samurais are better than ninja. Does Paul make bad decisions? And then he proceeds to demonstrate all of the terrible decisions Paul made. It's like, Paul? That guy makes terrible decisions. Here he is in the shower with a plugged-in boombox and toaster. He once helped a chick named Shaky practice her knife throwing. Hey, watch this. 10 weeks later, after he got out of the body cast, the first thing he did was he sold his soul to an alien for a green balloon. That doesn't even make sense. Ninjas, great decision makers. And anyway, that's why the rest goes. Apparently, it's not very hard. I don't know how I haven't been doing this consistently. Sounds like Jan. It may have been inspired by Jan, but I doubt it. Definitely a huge delta between here and there. Things are a lot faster when you don't have to actually do all the moderation work in between. Still, it was worth playing through the entire expansion for Jan explaining that he was a god for like a week. Once I found out that some of those people would not be in Baldur's Gate 3, I was like, nah, I just don't care about Baldur's Gate 3 anymore. Baldur's Gate 1, maybe, because I know Minsk is in it. But Baldur's Gate 3, nah. Like, the further we get in, the more original the levels are, which is nice. I actually enjoy a level that is at least somewhat original. I need to stop doing that. Weird. I find that the Mario World version of it is catchier than the than the Mario 3 version. Probably shouldn't be, but here we are. You're trying to think of any of like really good Ask a Ninja episodes. I like to Kill-a-Con. Someone asked about ninja conventions, and they explained about Kill-a-Con. How something he did there, or some demonstration he saw there, improved his shuriken productivity by like 15%. But you have to go to the center of the earth to register, so it's not very common. It's a short level. Oof. Alright, need to check the midway. Ah, yeah, there is cutoff there. Cutoff to the left on the corner. It's a quick midway check. Not that there's much of a reason to. Sleep is calling. Alright, sleep well. See you later, Echo Ravenna. We'll learn to pronounce the name more properly later. As we go to the Ninji Pools. Also sup, cheese chicken nugget. How much want to bet there's an info box in this level? Just feels like the thing to do. Like, once everybody saw it in Kaizo 1, everyone else just had to follow suit. There we go. Bonk, bonk. Of course these all have things in them. Again, like, this is pleasant. Like, if the other levels so far had been like this would have been a bit of a better time. A bit odd to have blue this far back, but... Like, Switch Palaces are just kind of a hard thing to balance, right? Because, like, you want people to get them. And there need to be purpose to them. But, like, this is the kind of level you don't revisit. And it's so early in the, relatively early in the game, and so far away from the blue Switch Palace, you basically would never bother. See, that he's gonna do it. See, I told you. Enjoy Ninji Sauna. Yep, we sure did. Awake at 3 AM in Texas. Oh, has it gotten that late already? I did not mean to get that. I guess I need lives anyway. Check for other dragon coins on that level. I don't think there are any. There was no midway. Yeah, it's fine. Underwater Ninji Do. Probably intended to be Dojo. Point of advice. Did you know that info boxes usually remove natural water? It shocked me too. Alright, well, didn't learn it from Kaizo then. Or Kaizo 1. Sometimes you learn things not from T. Takamoto. Who was actually Reggie. President of Nintendo America. That's why he stopped making hacks. He started making actual games. 6 AM is the sunrise? Oh, wow. I was gonna say, that feels late. Sunrise is at like 4:30 here. Come on. I want the mushroom. But yeah, we're pretty close, if not at, like, peak solstice in, like, the next few days or a couple days ago or something. Like, it's really close to maximum daylight. So it shouldn't be much of a shock. Okay. Whoop. You went to the Nintendo World in Super Florida? Oh, nice. How was that? I've heard good things. Having not been myself, and probably won't go anytime soon. I'm always curious. Like, unless one of my little nephews, or one of my bigger nephews even, would want to go, I probably wouldn't end up going that way. And if so, probably the one in California, because they live much closer to LA than they do to Florida. Because they live in California. Makes it easy. But even so, maybe when some of my other nephews are old enough. I know someone was going to mention. I completely spaced on. My youngest sister's expecting again. Be up to 2 nephews from her. Another boy. I only have nephews. I have no nieces. Okay, I need a sandbag here, which sucks. Because I need to check the midway. It was good. It's your first time to a resort in Florida? That. Midway does not work. That is annoying. I wonder how many people's like very first time hack just show up out of nowhere and just like rock everybody's world. Pass moderation, no problems. Every once in a while you find like 1 or 2 people who like do something substantial and very interesting. Like Super Marissa World, I think, was that dude's first hack. And it is substantial and interesting, though it had a lot of problems. Like, that hack was a beast. In many good ways, and many horrible and terrible ways. Like Ivan the Terrible. Not necessarily bad, but also a little bit annoying. I shouldn't complain too much. I didn't get as far as I probably should have when I tried to moderate that. They just reached a point where I'm just like, I just don't want to play this anymore. So. Got new Joy-Cons? Oh, nice. Congratulations. Oh yeah, now I got my car back from the shop. I should look into, like, seeing if I actually want to get a Switch. I can now drive places again, so that will help if I want to acquire a Switch too. Keep hoping I could just buy one online because I'm lazy, but apparently that's just not an option unless you got in early on the Nintendo ability to buy raffle. I didn't time that right. Because then I could drive up to, like, some of the further out targets or something and see if they have them. Or just call ahead. Either way, I need to take my car in for repairs and get gas and stuff. Maybe go to Costco. Probably should go to Costco. Get some food. Scaling bridge. That's not how you spell scaling, but okay. It's the auto-scroller. You know, I actually really liked it. The Ordinary Sausage Guy released a video today, which is literally him making chopped salad. It might have been a Cobb salad, actually, based upon what he actually put into it. But either way, it still looked really good. But, like, a Cobb salad is scarcely a salad. They usually don't toss it, that's the thing. It's usually served on a plate that's a bit too small for it. I decide this level's different enough. You have white Joy-Cons, now you have neon blue and moon neon red. Oh, nice. You know what's a color I miss in electronics? Transparent purple. That used to be a real common one. Like, I think my sister might have had a Game Boy Pocket in that color. My SD to SNES is actually that color, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But yeah, this is very familiar, very much the original, like, butter bridge or cheese bridge, whichever dairy product bridge this is. I may have mucked it up. Oh, never mind. I mean, it is sort of original, but it has a lot of similarities. Boink. This is certainly the same. How many exits am I up to now? 32. Still have a ways to go. I was hoping to also do CLDC tonight, but might be tricky. Okay, flying bridge. Let me guess. There's a dude flying. And lots of capes. Alright, you know what? This looks original, at least. Okay, you know what? I think I might like this level. Oh, what am I doing? Info box. It seems like the bridge went out. I guess I'll have to climb. Okay. This, as a concept, I actually kind of like. I think this is cute. Almost cute enough I don't mind the RNG Koopas. Could also life farm here if I wanted to and felt inclined to. Hint, I do not, but you know, I could do it. It's there as an option. Most original level you've seen in Grand Poo World. Oh, the most original Butter Bridge level was in Grand Poo World. Okay. Let's see, there are dragon coins. Yeah, I think there are dragon coins. I think that's the end of that particular idea. What level was that? In all honesty, I really have spent a lot of time watching people play the very first Grand Poo World. Okay, I don't think there's a third dragon coin. Alright, put a marker down for dragon coins. Not convinced there's 5 in this level. Do a check. This is going to take me so much time. But also, like, Midway placed 4 feet from the exit. It was Corndilly, wasn't it? Because Corndilly uses the same scroll. That's it. Whatever the level's actually called, but the one that's colloquially known as Corndilly. I liked when that kept showing up as a troll in various things. There was a ROM Hack Races level that I think Friday, no longer Fedora Friday, but Friday something, I'm spacing a bit, made, where you played as Gino, and if you took a specific pipe, it took you to Corndilly. And if you could beat Corndilly, it took you to the end of the level. So, hooray! I think I'll sandbag here, and then we will... Anyway, this is the same level so far. But yeah, if you beat Corndilly instead, it let you win the ROM Hack Races level, which I thought was pretty funny. I should play more ROM Hack Races levels. I was looking at, I was handling the YouTube nonsense, and I am up to almost 50 sitting in that playlist, which is a non-trivial chunk of them when you really think about it. Like, I know they're up to 300 and something, but still. I should also actually ROM Hack Race one of these days, but hey, that hasn't happened in a while. Alright. I'm going to assume since the original level I don't need to check the other exit, so I'm not going to. Which is a little bit of lackluster due diligence on my part, but this level is Ludwig's Castle. Oh, it changed. There's something different. Okay, you know, that was at least interesting. Credit where credit's due. That was a weird scroll. The command didn't work as intended. Must have been a sign that Leonardo wouldn't spawn. What? Oh. Heck no, I ain't climbing all that. Set object chunk XDY 4690. So maybe this is a Minecraft thing? It didn't work as intended. Interesting. Like, I think set block is a Minecraft thing, isn't it? One time you got 3 Nintendo Switch gift cards. The 10 ones. But oh, nice! As a gift, or just randomly? Alright, so impressive. Oh, it really is. Like, as an organization, it always amazes me how far it's come. And I've been watching them for a long time now. I've been subbed for a while, too, but I never, like, do the sub, it's been this many month thing. I've been holding off. Oh, unless there's like been a hype train or something, so I can amp that up, because RHR definitely deserves that kind of thing. For some reason, I thought there was a midway in this level. Guess there isn't. Guess we'll beat up Ludwig now. But yeah, just impressive stuff. It's one of those channels that if they, like, broadcast more, like, stuff, they probably would have hit partner forever ago, but, like, it only broadcasts for a few hours on Saturdays, so that never happens. And that's okay, you know? Not everything needs to be monetized out the wazoo. But I definitely don't complain about him getting money. Wanted Goat Simulator 3, but you forgot about the tax, so you got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Is Goat Simulator 3? Oh, the DLC. I missed the last thing. I can see that. It was a lot of DLC for Smash Ultimate. Like, so many characters. All the way from Piranha Plant to Sora, I think, was the last one? Kazuya, maybe? With Leonardo, the Ninja Turtle, taken out, BeeBoo can now continue on our favorite bad guy. On to our favorite bad guy, Dr. Robotnik! Onward. Oh, Robotnik. Fun fact, the word robot actually does in fact come from the word Robotnik, though it was not used in terms of, like, Sega. It was used as a phrase to describe people, unfortunately, in Russia. Oh, hey, there's a keyhole. That's interesting. There's an unreal number of things that end in "nik" in Russian words. But I don't know that much about Russian, aside from some oddities about counting. I know a little bit about Russian literature, but that's just I listened to the entirety of Master Margarita, and that was a weird book. There's 2 exits. I don't think I'll sandbag. I'll just come back. Because I've yet to see the key. I suspect the key is literally where it was supposed to be. Not enough Wigglers spawn to do the Wiggler trick, by the way. Maybe here? Nope, only 2. There's the key. And there's the exit. We'll do the next time. We'll do the other one next time. Also listen to my audiobook of Master Margarita. How'd you find it? Or how did you enjoy it, I suppose is what I mean to say. Pretty sure we talked about it. I think so, actually. Nintendo Switch Online membership goes to 26th in February. Nice. Am I planning to visit SGTQ? I am, in fact. I will be there from the Monday to the Sunday, and then leave Monday night to the Sunday afternoon. It occurs to me I need a P-switch for any of this to work. I haven't seen a P-switch in this level. I got distracted by the Master and Margarita, which again is such a weird book. The book is actually about the book, and some things that took place in the book kind of happened. Others definitely did not, but yeah, I'll be there for February. You liked it, don't fully understand the nuance and what was parodying in Russian. Which was a society with Christian principles, factory motives are compelling. It is definitely interesting. Day 1 Switch, updated. Stop reading SD cards. That sucks. Gotta get another SMW card for people to sign. That's smart. Maybe I should bring mine. I still had to find a P-switch. Yeah, I was thinking I would bring something interesting. I went and looked in one of my closets and found one. I own more bottles of certain Westland vintages than I expected, which is not a bad thing. I didn't realize I had so much of the like 113, 115, and 118. I have 2 118s, 2 115s, and I think a couple 113s. So not complaining. It's hard to get Gary on at cask strength these days because they want to water it all down. But I found some Sealed Inferno. It turns out I only have 3 left rather than 4 that I thought. Again, not complaining. So I might bring a bottle of that, though I'll need to pack it exceedingly well for people to try. It is a fascinating thing. Huh. Double scroll? No, it doesn't. What is that? It is whiskey that is cask strength. It's around like 60%, and it has been aged in ex-Tabasco casks. As in, I'm going to have some fries with my Tabasco sauce. And it is full of pepper and burning. That is what it is. It is fascinating. But it's one of those things where it's like, this is not something you sip on very often. As far as I know, it's the only thing. Really good is not a way I would describe it. Let's put it that way. Fascinating is the way I would describe it. Less than Malort? Yeah, I would say probably less than Malort, but like I said, I'd bring it for people to try. This almost 1E? Yeah, 1E. Okay. Is there any P-switch? I don't think there's a P-switch in this. I've hit every block. There's nothing off screen. There's no exits. Yeah, there's no P-switch in this. So this is a waste of time. Like, get assaulted by alcohol. That's definitely a good way to describe how it works. It is definitely assault on the senses. 2 p.m. until skies are clear. Oh, nice. Dude, I love Urchin Underpass. Gotta be my favorite Splatoon map. Okay. I don't know Urchin Underpass. I've never played Splatoon. It always looked fun, though. I always thought that it looked like a very fun game. Good aesthetic. Please don't hit me. Alright. Mistakes were made. It's supposed to be sunny for a bit tomorrow afternoon, but only for a bit. We've had beautiful weather for like the last few weeks on and off. A little bit of rain, but not much. But it's supposed to rain most of this week, which will be a little bit of a drag. There's some stuff I'm doing. It'd be much better if it was not raining. There's a big kind of solstice festival that I'll probably go to at least one of the days of in Seattle. We will see, though. Especially if it's raining. And of course, I always don't want to... Definitely do not want to go to part of it. The Naked Bicycle Parade! Because that's something people want to do for some reason. Pineapple rum? Oh, those can be delicious. Had a few, like, plantation pineapple. I've had at least one. I think plantation makes a good pineapple rum. But, I say... it's been a bit. I have a few weird ones. I have like an Australian rum somewhere. I've got a lot of stuff that I don't even know where it is, to be honest. I buy too many bottles. A lot of Westland and a lot of other random crap. Got a bunch of really interesting things. Like the Botanico. I want to say it was a Oaxaca mezcal, but it drinks like a gin. It is a beautiful thing. Dang it. Water levels. It wasn't sweet or anything. Tastes like good quality sugar. I mean, that's the thing, is an awful lot of rum they add a non-trivial amount of sugar to. Just because, like, rum, bizarrely, can be kind of gross. But oftentimes I find that what they do to try to mitigate the grossness makes it worse. Like, they just can add a lot of sugar. Or you get, like, a white rum, and then you just add a bunch of sugar to make the cocktail. Like, don't get me wrong, I like a good mojito, but, like, it's a lot of effort, and it's, you know, white rum. Alcohol's gross? It can be. On its lonesome, but sometimes you get some beautiful stuff when you age it just right. Like I said, I own a lot. Not even counting all the stuff I bought in Scotland that still hasn't gotten shipped over. Like, it's getting close to 10 years now. I'm not optimistic that I'll actually ever see it. Actually, I went to Westland not too long ago with Fiskbit to try out their hand fill, because I had a new hand fill. It sounded interesting. It was one of their releases, but left in casks a bit longer. And quite literally, the only thing you could taste was peanuts. It was peanuts all the way down. It was one of the damnedest things. But the thing is, while interesting, I didn't really want to drink peanuts, so I passed on that. pretty much show... Ah, crap. The issue is... I bought it. I was in Scotland. That's where the Scotch is. And on a whiskey tour in... Alright, let's see. Little brother graduated in 22... Probably 18, now that I think about it. Maybe 17. And we bought a bunch. And the idea was... I want to play a different level for a minute, because that was annoying. Also, that prior level was identical, and so is this one. Whoops. What's up, Abe Lincoln? Peanut butter rum? I can see that being good. That was mildly different in a spot. I looked briefly, but it's only mildly different. Alright, this is my chance, my redemption. Yes! 2 out of 4 ain't bad. But yeah, anyway, so bought a lot of stuff on the tour. Me and Fiskbit and some of the other people on the tour. But the problem was... and then we gave it to the specific group to ship. And some of it was not even going to ship immediately, even if they had it, because they wanted to batch it up and do some other stuff. And we had a bunch of stuff that we'd ordered from a few different people that wasn't going to come... Like, they needed to ship it from other parts of Scotland to get to Glasgow so that we could actually ship it to the United States. Then... Basically, there got to be a lot of issues, unfortunately, with tariffs and some other stuff. And the lady who was handling shipping's mother got cancer. And, like, it just turned into a big thing. And so this, at the beginning of the year, she got started on sending stuff over, which was good. So I got two boxes, so 6 bottles each. Mixed between me and Fiskbit and 2 other parties who are around, so we can redistribute these as need be. The other guy on the tour got his whiskey forever ago because he was in Oregon, and shipping whiskey to Oregon is not a problem. Long story short. But there were points in time where we were considering, like, getting a van and driving it, like, basically trying to ship all of the stuff to Virginia. And then I would get Squiggles and would get a big... Would probably buy or rent a white panel van and then just drive it all down. That was the idea. Like tacos. Tacos are tasty, I cannot deny. Had some tacos earlier this week. Considered getting tacos today, but wasn't quite feeling taco enough. Despite it being Taco Tuesday. I'll probably end up getting a salad tomorrow. Had a hamburger. It was okay. Alright. Anyway. Decided to stay out of it. Fair enough. Got distracted. Been watching a lot of Salty DK Dan lately. That's it. That's the message. I do not know who Salty DK Dan is, and due to such facts, I cannot advocate for watching or not watching Salty DK Dan. It's kind of like being sponsored by Blockbuster. Whenever someone says this stream is sponsored by Blockbuster, you have to deny it, just in case Blockbuster rises from its grave and sponsors you. And yes, I know there's a Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, but no, I don't care. It's Bend, Oregon. No one cares about Bend, Oregon. Except people who really like vampire novels. Otherwise, there is no reason to ever go to Bend, Oregon. Not even to see the Blockbuster. Just thought... Comment, you agree with the idea and the reasoning? Oh, for which thing? I have definitely lost... I've lost the plot. Kmart could come back. I used to like Kmart's. I would do a sponsored stream by Kmart. Okay, there's a... I never know with this hack whether or not it's actually being real with the secondary exits. Like, was this the one that... No, this one requires a Yoshi or being big. It didn't require having a Yoshi, specifically. Oh, the categorization... Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. In all honesty, I don't think it's an improvement. Like, I think it's mostly just rearranging deck chairs. Like, it's just going to cause a lot of work, and I don't think it's going to really improve user experiences. Most people don't even really find hacks via those pages. Like, I suspect if we're worried about newbies doing the wrong thing, I need to hit the box first. Like, most people get hack suggestions nowadays. Like, they're better aggregators as a general thing, but like I said, I'm happy to just keep trucking doing what I'm doing. I'm happy to leave it up to the estimation of the author of the hack, because honestly, there's not much else you can do. Unless you immensely disagree. It'd be funny if Salty played this and made his trademark witty commentary throughout. It's possible. I'm going to say since I grabbed this and I'm moderating it today, it makes it less likely, but it would be cool, I suppose. Don't even know who Salty is, but, you know, it might be a good time. Could even be on Salty Bets. Effect is minimal, it's more work. I think it's better. I mean, I think the biggest good change that was made was, without a doubt, the multiple tagging system. I think that that was the biggest improvement that could have been made easily. Multiple tagging solved pretty much all the problems I had with it. The biggest issue was with anything is, like, there's always going to be room at the top. Like, we can't really solve this problem of the fact that people are always going to be making harder hacks. There was a time when Kaizo 1 was the hardest hack of all time. It's not. People beat it all the time now. Desi beat Kaizo 1. Like, that's not a hard hack now. Casio was the hardest hack of all time. And no, it's a pyramid. Not a pyramid, it's a treadmill. It's always going to keep changing, so we basically either have to lower things as time goes on, or just admit a certain amount of defeat. So... And I think I'm happy to just admit defeat. Like, I don't think the tagging system matters enough to go either way. Like, I just don't think that's how people find hacks. Because I'm not going to be honest, most people don't even try random hacks on SMW Central unless you're Katoon. Like, an awful lot of hacks I've moderated, I think I may be one of, like, the 4 people who ever play it. Ceiling's gone up, but the floor also went down. That's true. I have a vague feeling that this is going to be broken. Ceiling's gone up, but the floors also went down. That's true, which also makes us have to shift the floor down, which... Why? Tried. Retired. What was that? People regard the middle in similar terms. Kaizo 1 has been super hard since 2012. Sure, yes. I'm using that as an example. And certainly the floor has gone down too. Like, there was a time when the, like... Everyone would always suggest QQ aids. And nobody... Not very many people do that as much anymore. Does this work? Does it matter if it works? What? Whoa, what happened? Did I? No, I couldn't have died. I must have been hallucinating. Yeah, no, I didn't die. That must be a hallucination. No, clearly... Clearly. But yeah, like... You have never heard anyone suggest QQ aids? I mean, that's play Quickie 1, Quickie 2, or Quickie 2, Quickie 1, depending on permutation. I forget how it's supposed to go. Akogare, Invictus... Dram? I forget. Yeah, no, I've definitely seen people unironically suggest QQ aids. Possibly because the acronym is mildly amusing, I suspect. But... point out that it's not always about the horrific virus. Just sometimes it's about aiding people, or possibly Kool-Aid. Not the drinking thereof, but just the enjoyment of the Kool-Aid man. Every player has their own path. Oh, it's true, but people frequently are like, well, what should I play? And if someone unironically came up to me and said, I'd like to get into Kaizo, what should I play first? I'd probably give them the advice of, learn Kaizo to learn some basics, or Kaizo Kindergarten for Babies if you happen to like Panga better. But definitely quit either of those the moment you're not having fun, and then go like play Love Yourself or something. Like, there's better low ends than there used to be. And certainly... You know, I was about to say this level's identical to the original, but it definitely is not. Like, there was a time people would recommend... What was the name of that hack? I'm having trouble remembering it. Ah, what? Okay, didn't expect any of that to happen. I'm not sure that's how snake blocks are supposed to work. Good hacks of varying difficulty. Yeah. Gonna be really good players, regardless, can play whatever they want, including... Yeah. What was the name of that hack? I played it like 4 times. Really enjoyed it. Had a nice, like... Why'd I do that? I see Dan something. It was made by Dan the VP. What was the name of that one? There's supposed to be a sequel coming out. Dan the VIP. Ooh. This is gonna bug me till I look it up, so I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Dan the Vips hasn't been around in a while, unfortunately. Wait, what? No, it wasn't Dan the Vip. Who did that one then? Oh, it's gonna bug me. And it wasn't hard as far as Kaizo goes. There's like a few shell jumps and some control jumps, and that's about it. Like, it's not a hard hack, and it had a little puzzle that was cute. But I am going to space on that name, and it's gonna bug me for a while. Even chat hacks it once. I do remember at least one of the moderators saying that it barely qualified as Kaizo. Oh wait, it was made for Dan the Vip, wasn't it? God, why is this bugging me? Why can't I remember the name of this hack? It's been so long. I don't know. Like, the puzzle was a maze. It wasn't that hard. You just need to take screenshots. BeeBoo has defeated Dr. Robotnik and is now moving on to the Rocky Mountains. He will win the battle ahead. Battles ahead. Yeah, I am drawing a blank, and this is actually going to bug me. Ah! How am I going to find this? It's Kaizo Beginner, but it's out. Well, there's not that many Kaizo Beginner hacks, ultimately. I guess that could work as a differentiator. Given it came out forever ago. Rob Fatherworld. I don't... Oh, because Dan of most trades. I got my Dans mixed up. There we go. Rob Fatherworld. There you go. I don't know what you're doing at this point. Coming up with random choices. I mean, some people just jump straight to Casio. I've seen it happen. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can easily take what's taught in some of the hacks that are there just to teach you the Kaizo mechanics and learn how regrabs and the like work. But anyway, this level is the same. Actually, both of these levels were the same. Largely the same as their predecessors. Come on, you can make it. Yoshi! Oh, no Yoshi message. Huh. I was actually really expecting a Yoshi message after all this. I was thinking if we've done any message box procs, but we have not, so... Anyway. Super Penis World. We already did Super Fart World. Which nobody wanted to speedrun. Which admittedly is a really cool hack in many ways, but... but is exactly where that ends. How you doing, Olga? Yeah, I want to say even someone like Just Cook non-ironically suggests QQ aids. But basically said that whenever you want to get off the treadmill, just do it. You can do whatever you want. Super Penis World. How many exits am I up to? 44. We're getting close to the end. Sure that fart is never ending. On just the butt. Cool level, bro. You know, you don't need to hit a level number quota. You can just sometimes omit levels. Is this house going to be all the way to the end of this? Yeah, let's just skip it. Thanks. Epic Nothing Redux. Redux! Here, the coins you collect with the time remaining can change your progress. Can you find the special goal? This definitely seems different. Slightly. Bye, Yoshi. But I do like having Yoshi. I think Yoshi may have run out of level. Yep, Yoshi ran out of level. Probably didn't want to edit the Overlord world. That's true. This has no overworld edits at all. Even in cases where it kind of needs them, because it looks like there's dual exits, and there aren't. Or sometimes there kind of are, and you shouldn't. Or we'll just beat the level. Like I said. Yeah, the original overworld thing just is a bit of a problem here. I love Rocky Road. I don't actually love Rocky Road. It's the walnuts. I just don't care much for walnuts. Pretty much any case where I see a walnut, I'm like, this would have been better with a pecan. It's kind of like I feel about whitefish. I just don't like whitefish. Oh, Zuccotti, I am up to 67 markers, including a bunch of, at this point, I've stopped even pointing out that these levels are very similar to their original levels in the overworld. Like, believe me, this is getting rejected. Like, there's an awful lot of rejection that's going to be happening, unfortunately. Like, I don't like rejecting hacks, because it takes more work on my part. Yeah, I probably should sandbag. But also, like, especially when it's someone's first hack, it always just kind of feels bad to be like, so yeah, you didn't actually read the submission guidelines. You didn't seem to test your hack at all. Where specific attributes were not tested and things like that. Like, it's not fun to be Crusher of Dreams, I suppose. Assuming they actually care. I haven't gotten too many, like, angry letters over the years, though. I've got, like, one or two. But, like, I could have booted this up and been like, yeah, that's not a... Overworld not original. We're done here. How do I do this? Nope. Just send this RTFM. I'm not a BOFH, so I'm not going to be doing that. That's another level where I'm just not certain if there's a secret exit or not. Take a quick look. Like, because putting the key over there seemed to have been an indication. But at the same time, it's hard to know. That is 23. Not seeing... Wait. Oh, apparently that pipe was actually enabled. Huh. Somehow it just didn't work. The overworld sprite looks like Wario. That is like the one change on the overworld, is the color of Mario's hat. And clothes. But still. Okay. When you think you try an up pipe, but then you miss the up pipe. Alright, let's see if there's a key in here. There's a key in here. Okay. Cool. Cool in the game. Also, one of my favorite things that anyone ever does in hacks is when, like, the secret exit is literally at the end with the regular exit. One of my favorite things. Okay, there we go. You know, in retrospect, looking at the exit that I unlocked probably should have made it really obvious. Okay. Guess I'll take the springboard. You never know if you're gonna need a springboard. Gotta get ideas to spring off of. I guess going back to the QQ8 things, like, what would other people suggest? Like, one of my nephews was like, yeah, I think Kaizo hacks are cool. What should you play? What ones should I play first? Because I totally outlaid my kind of recommendations at this point. And even then, I'd say you still can't go wrong with Quickie 2. I am dead. Though Quickie 1 is a little more mean, just because softering. Wonder how long it'd take me to clear softering these days. I'd even still be able to, it's been so long. Alright, well this level's also remarkably like the original one. Until people beat SMW first. You know, I can't argue with that. If I recall, that was actually like Glitch Cat's advice. It was like, first get good at SMW, then go for Kaizo. Perfectly reasonable. But, as with a lot of things, people don't want to miss out. It's just not quite as exciting to play the same thing. I'm also going to sandbag to see if the midway works. Never done 96 edits. It's fun. It's worth doing at least once. Never long to play something if it looks cool. If it's impossible, finds it a little more possible. You can't. Oh! Seriously? That's hilarious, actually. Can I survive this? I might be able to survive with P-Speed. Alright, I'm just gonna put a marker for dick move checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, they're despawned. No, they're not! Tried doing it once, we didn't really click with vanilla level design. It is definitely a different world. Alright, how am I gonna get through this pickle? Ah! Okay. I mean, the only thing I could... Nope. I might have to go back and get a power-up and just ladder my way through. Because I don't think I want to spend a lot of time on coming up with a theoretical construct to get past the midway here. Hopefully this has a, like, mushroom near the beginning. I'm not going all the way to top secret area. I just can't do it. But I also don't really like going to other levels to get power-ups. It's never been the way I've played it. Anyway, that was the whole point there, to ladder myself up. Now I get to do the Sans power-ups, which should be fun. Huh. Played Mega Man growing up. Feel like a lot of stim for the ADHD brain. So many boring levels. It's true. There are definitely boring ones, but like I think there's enough stuff for most people to at least get through it. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. So, especially Special World has a lot of fascinating stuff going on. Star World has a few stinkers, I'll be honest. I feel like they kind of phoned in a lot of Star World. Crap. Well, that's 6 tall. Wait. 4 tall I can make with velocity. Then this works. Maybe that was the stratagem. I mean, there's at least a couple of them where it's like, this level is silly. And the lengths are very, very random. Like, the water level is really long, and then you've got, like, I don't know, that one level that's literally just a screen wide, which is funny, but but still. There we go. Goodbye, Reznor. It does have the giant drill through blocks level, which is kind of cool. I'll say that much, at least. Alright, I'm close to the end, I think. Oh, okay, that's a nice chunk of cutoff. I'm up to 69 notes. I guess something went wrong with those sprites? So they've all been replaced with these. And the level ends. I think I also have one more exit than I'm supposed to. It says 50 if include switch palaces and include boss fights and final boss. Otherwise, it's 38 levels long. I'm up to 51 exits. 50 exits. Fun fact, listen to music while making levels so I don't bore myself. I have to finish these somehow, and soon. Okay. Wonder what kind of music this BeeBoo fellow is listening to. Do. We've done this so many times. Nope. Okay. That was fun. There's a midway. Once again, this looks suspiciously familiar. We also didn't get to do the pea balloon part. I have to come back for that. That was on me. Mistakes were made. It's past midnight. I should switch scripts really quick. 1 second. Actually, we'll just set it to this script and I'll have it go through there. I have like a weird cascading script set for things. It is pretty silly. Okay, Inactive Volcano. You know, I prefer inactive volcanoes over interactive volcanoes. Like the scroll mode isn't set right. Oh look, it's one of these! For when you feel like life farming. Haven't seen that kind of error in a while with the misplaced dragon coin. Dragon coin on a seam. 29! Doodle-doo-doo. Alright, we want to see the pea balloon part of that. I didn't get to see it. Also cut off. Left. Alright, exciting pea balloon part over the lava! And then there's a pipe that goes places. Of course it would. Alright. Well, this is different. And silly. And then it takes us here. Alright, cool. I think that's enough of that. Wendy's Castle. Alright, let's see how this differs from the original. I have played Wendy's Castle a number of times. There was a while where like this was my test level for various Chet Hacks and Carl stuff. Not really sure why, beyond like that was where I left off last time I did Chat Hacks at some point. Suppose also I should do some Chat Hacks nonsense sometime before I head to the East Coast. Dagnabbit. Thought I had enough time. I'll have to pick a day. Actually, when would I have time to do that? I was too busy thinking about calendars. What would I have time? It'd have to be a weekday one, I think. I think weekends are mostly accounted for. There's a couple things I absolutely need to do before leaving, because, like, I can do UFO 50 on the road, as it turns out. I got that working forever ago. And I might take... I'll probably take my capture device with me, just to play with some stuff, but... We'll see about the rest. I'm not really sure. I'll probably be staying at my sister's, which does make certain things easier. Because she's got a spare monitor that I can easily rig up, because I'm staying in her office. So, the convenient thing about being in the office is it's an office. It has a spare monitor, because the company that pays her to work from there wants her to have a spare monitor. Actually, she has two, but I only use one. When I did Mario Wonder, that was actually what I did, is I set it up on that monitor, and then I did the audio through OBS, actually. I just didn't even care. It worked out well enough. Alright, now we sandbag for middle way check. But yeah, I have enough space in my luggage, so I'm not going to take my boots. My boots are a pain to take places, and I don't need them. Going to the beach. Like, the only way I could see needing a boot... Actually, no, that doesn't apply anymore. Yeah, last time I was out there, my sister insisted I wear shoes when she was giving me a tour of a specific government building. I didn't really want to, but, you know. And to be fair, I wasn't, like, barefoot. I was wearing sandals. So... But it was nice. I got a little art tour of one of the buildings, and that did, in fact, go where I thought it would. I've had art tours of a couple buildings. The Department of Justice, I think, has slightly better art than the Department of Interior, surprisingly. The Department of Interior has some very stupid art. Alright, it's Wendy time. This looks right. So, this is a Wendy's. Also, it should play hot drinks. What I'm weirded out by is that there was a suggestion to mess with the audio in SNES 9X. And there was no reason to, as far as I could tell. Like, none whatsoever. I assumed they were still using some weird version of ad music or something, but no. Alright, she paints it away. Wendy was no match for BeeBoo and his burgers. The secret ingredient is cinnamon. With that, the valley calls to use, and we must continue. So there's more. It doesn't stop at 50. So basically what I'm doing is an any percent run of this game. That's what I'm doing. It's an any percent run of this game. Of Mario World, more or less. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. With the moderation slowness to prevent it from being a speedrun. Oh, look, there's Eries that are going the wrong way. Oh, I bet there'll be boos in a moment. Like, right after these boxes. Yep, there we go. I still fell for it. Really shouldn't have gotten hit twice. Shouldn't have gotten hit 3 times either. Oh, man. I might not get to the other stuff I want to do today, because I'm getting kind of tired. I want to do Baba Is You today, but I just did not get enough sleep. I spent a while just kind of zombieing. I'm like, I should take a walk and make me feel better. Walk did actually make me feel better. But then I had the problem of being tired and hungry at the same time and could not resolve either. Just because I was like, I'm hungry, what do I want to eat? I don't know. Really wanted that burger. Really wanted that burger, but no dice. Other burger I got was okay. Wasn't as good. Come with pickles, though. Do like some good pickles. Did seem like they were doing their own, like, home pickling, because they, like, gave you some pickled onions and pickled beets, and a couple of cucumbers. Cucumber pickles on the side, too. Don't really know much about if I like pickled beets or not. I don't know if theirs were... Dang it, characteristic. But never say no to pickled onions. Do like pickled jalapenos, pickled carrots. Like, I like pickles. They're delicious. Pickling is a great way to do things. Pickled mushrooms are really good, actually. One of those I should learn to just make some myself, because, like, it can't be that expensive. It's white vinegar and produce. Like, at the end of the day, it can't be that hard. And because they're pickles, they'll last in the fridge for a while, right? Like, that's the nature of pickling things, is it keeps them... keeps the, bad stuff from getting to them. Got hit again. Like, by creating an acidic environment, it prevents harmful bacteria from being able to grow. Or a very saline environment starves them of water. I need to pay more attention to what I'm doing. And stop thinking about pickles. Kinda want some pickles. But I want a pickle. No, put the pickle down. But I want a pickle. We can't keep playing unless you put down the pickle. That's what your mother said last night, Trebek. Etc. It's one of my favorites, not because of Tom Hanks acting like a complete moron, which is hilarious, but because, dang it, Norm Macdonald shows up to play as that one guy. Why am I doing this? This is not hard. I've done harder levels with these ghosts. I've beaten this a number of times. I'm just being impatient. Every time I die, I get more impatient, which doesn't help. Anyway. Was at a thing with Fistbit once, and they had a buffet, and I found these mushrooms. I'm like, oh, these are good mushrooms. He's like, oh, they got mushrooms? I'm like, yeah, they're over there. And he just runs off, and my next line's like, yeah, they're pickled. I like pickles. Fistbit does not. So, I ended up eating the pickles he got, because he did not want them. I can't believe that didn't kill me. I'm just gonna wait. Like, don't the ghosts go away after right about here? So quite literally, I ran into the death at the last possible second. Yeah, at least no booering. She looks so surprised that she got it. Got that star. Also, this is why I would suggest to basically anyone that there's no downside to, like, including Fast ROM ever, basically. It's like it fixes slowdown where the game had slowdown originally. Anyway, got the orb. Let's see if the game keeps going and has any changes at all. Like, I figured I'd stop once the level names stopped changing, but now I think this might go all the way to Bowser. Valley of Repose. This looks like it's the same level it was. It was the level that was. I feel like it's a level I play a lot during chat hacks. Yep. Oh, except the midway's not here. That's the one change. Just get rid of the midway. A little bit miffed at that. Oh, and that blocks off that path. Okay. Oh, right, this doesn't go that way. Balls. Sure glad that midway went away. Alright, let's see if any other interesting changes happen, like down here. No, I was close to getting enough coins for that. You know, the funny thing is I never... Oh, I thought he'd turn around. I never really go down there. I have my route. Pickles. One other thing I've been kind of craving lately. It's like a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. And I think about this and I'm like, yeah, but do I really want to eat like a whole thing of tomato soup? Because like when you're making them for kids, you make enough tomato soup for the dipping and that's about it. You don't have to care that much. But like if I'm going to make it on my own, I need to, get a non-true amount of bread, non-true amount of cheese, and a non-true amount of tomato soup. And while tomato soup is pretty tasty, I don't know if I want to eat that much. Heh, H. Alright, well, glad I went down here. Right, that's death. Actually, I need to test the H. Let's see where it puts me. It puts me up top or down bottom. Puts me exactly where I expected to end up, actually. So no major change there. I don't know if I've ever moderated a hack that has this much regular old Super Mario World in it. Like, the Floppy Bird one had a non-trivial amount, but it wasn't like this. Also, change the number... So change the number of, like, level, or screens per level for some reason. I'm concerned about the removal of a lot of these sub-areas. Okay. Cave of Wonder. Ooh, I do like a good Cave of Wonder. I like Cave of Blunder a lot less. There's a book I had to read for school at some point called Thunder Cave, which honestly I remember liking quite a bit. The basic premise was this kid got some like message from his dad. His dad was in Africa. And he's like, no, don't come try to find me. And of course, being a YA book, the kid had to try and go and find him. So he, gets some stuff, gets a bike, goes to Africa. This is marginally different. It has to do with the Cave of Mammoths and some poachers, and I legitimately don't remember that much anymore. This looks like it's going to kill me. That killed me. This cave might not be possible to beat. Well, this is the part where it kills you. Without a doubt, one of the best things I've ever seen in a Steam in a game. Portal 2 was so good. Like, I don't care about Half-Life 3. I want Portal 3. Of course, given that Eric and the other guy quit Steam forever, stopped working at Steam forever ago, it seems unlikely we'll ever get it. Alright, so either this opens up into a larger area. Okay, it does. Okay, so we know the floor is safe. So I'll get these coins, nothing better to do. Nah, I'm just thinking about being hungry still. Okay, so the question is... Let's scroll. Yeah, I knew it. It was going to be it was a trick. Or maybe it didn't matter. That's a trap, yeah. Yeah, my familiarity with the original game is starting to wane. I guess I really should do something about that. I don't think this was quite as nasty. I feel like there's definitely been some stitching together here to make this area a little bit tighter. And yeah, you want to go on the downswing on this one. And then I think you need to go up. No. Go up here. No? Okay. Okay, cool. Just have to do this twice. That's the funnest thing about playing Mario game, is doing the same thing twice. It's effectively an auto-scroller. This is different. You know, I always thought you needed to have a cape there for this to work. The key's not here. The effing key isn't here. It is a good level in vanilla. Like, it has some interesting ideas in vanilla. There was no way for me to know that. There wouldn't be a key there. And, like, past a certain point, you can't continue there. Right, I need to wait one more cycle here. Oh, wait, no, I don't. All right, because this kills you. I have to memorize everything. Oh, what else? What else? What else? Been listening to the Sword Art Online audiobooks. They're okay. Mostly something that I don't have to pay that much attention to when I'm walking if I don't want to pay that much attention. It's not to say they're bad or anything, just, you know, they're okay. It's not high literature by any means, but I hadn't found something better to listen to yet. Probably should listen to that audiobook my sister sent me that was about footnotes. The Terry Pratchett biography. I've also been trying to finish, because it's one of those things where sometimes you read a book, and you realize you hate everybody involved in said book. Oh no, I needed to wait a cycle, right? Been reading the $12 Million Stuffed Shark. It's a book about the art world, and especially art sales and art galleries and art auctions, especially auctions. And the chapter about auction theory was fascinating and irritating. It was kind of like that with your diary, just kind of on and off. Who is this douchebag? Oh, for some reason I thought it was Hawaluta writing that, not you. That makes way more sense. But, yeah. One of the funny things that they do is they'll take bids off the ceiling. Not off the ceiling, off the chandelier, which means fake bets. Fake bets. Fake, where's my mind going? Fake bids. The American Friend? I don't watch very much stuff. What is The American Friend? I've seen a few myself. Could have gone forward. I have a book about the Second Amendment that I could read. I don't know if I want to read it right now, though. Yeah, I should just bowl through the shark one. A movie about someone selling art. Oh, interesting. Non-fiction, fiction. Bids from the chandelier. Oh, that was the other one. Is that some people had very idiosyncratic ways of signaling they were bidding. Hey, look, the key! One dude would leave the effing room. That's how you knew he was still bidding on the art. He would just leave. And when he came back, that's when he stopped bidding on the art. Okay, so that appears to be Valley Fortress. It's a disabled guy? Oh, weird. Interesting. Nuts. Mistakes were made. But yeah, an awful lot of it is about reserves and other things, and just like, it's hard for me to articulate just how much disdain you probably should have for most of the art buying populace. Not because they're rich or anything, but just because the whole thing is an insane practice. Frequently where things just don't make very much sense and they're not meant to. The upside, okay. I'm gonna just leave the shell here. I'm gonna just leave it there. It's happier there now. Yeah. Fiscal value is arbitrary. Oh, it's true. In the case of an awful lot of art, it's negotiations between people, and it's just complicated. But art is incredibly arbitrary. Oh yeah, that'll be something I can do when I go back to DC, is they should have renewed some of the galleries. So there'll probably be a good reason to visit the Hishhorn and the assorted other art places when I'm in DC. It'll be summer, which means it'll be absolutely packed full of people. But it is what it is. The school trips are funnier, to be honest. I greatly prefer those over, like, the random tourists. So, one of those things I think that they should require if you're going to do a school trip to DC, at least for a year or so, is have an extra t-shirt made up. No. Why not? And make them give it to the Smithsonian just to, like, show off. Alright, that was fun. Just to show off all of the different schools that did trips. I think it'd make a cute exhibit. But I doubt such things would ever happen. Number 1 platforms. At least we get to play with carrot platforms. Those are fun. At this point, I've kind of given up, like, putting markers down. Well, it's got a little bit of the Kaizo in him. That wasn't a number 1 platform. That was a 4 platform. False advertising. I'll take the 4. I believe this is from the original. And the midway. No springboard. Oh, there's a springboard. Whatever. At this point, I'm just kind of enjoying the vanilla experience to some extent. Maybe minus the last level. Yeah, this is different at least. It's always easy to remember, like, the webbing part after there. I always think of it because it reminds me of a level in Lemmings that has this kind of similar structure, but it's Lemmings. This is actually getting creative. I am digging this. I messed it all up. I need to check the midway anyway. Actually, when was that? Not too long ago. Well, I guess probably a couple of years now. Actually saw a Da Vinci at the Smithsonian. It turned out to be a relatively small one, and it was Madonna and Child. There's like a whole section of the Smithsonian, like, classical art wing, which is basically Madonnas and Childs. Because it was such a common thing to paint in the medieval times. But don't get me wrong, I do like a good Madonna and Child, but I don't like looking at like 50 of them in a row. Ack. Nope. I think one of the most interesting parts of that particular one, this is the, I always forget if it's the East Wing or the West Wing of the National Gallery, is the furniture exhibit, which hasn't changed any. And honestly, there was some really good colonial furniture. They have this lovely table that I look at every time, and unfortunately, while you can, like, there's no, like, glass around it, you can't really get a good, well, you can kind of get a good look at it. What I'm saying really is if you put your hands above it, there's a sensor that beeps at you. But I've looked at it a number of times and thought, this would be a cool game, oh, nuts. Oh, are you kidding me? There was a platform down there? That gets a marker. Invisible platform at the bottom of the screen. Not title safe. Whoops, wasn't paying attention. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I keep looking at that table and thinking, like, you could make a really cool game to play on that table. It's got all sorts of different colors and stuff going on. Like, it's a really nice looking table. But oh well. I keep hoping they'll change out 2 of the galleries at the very top of the other wing, the Modern Art wing. Because one of them has had Stations of the Cross for God knows how long. No pun intended, I suppose. And the other one has this god-awful set of mobiles. I just hate mobiles. Mobiles, whatever they are. I just don't think they're very good as art. Like, I usually am not willing to disparage entire, like, areas of art, but man, I just hate mobiles. Collage I can work with. Mobiles? Nope. Where does this go? This is new. And now we're in Ice World. It's beginning to look just like an Ice World. Soon the lag will end. That's how you get your key. You know, honestly, I can't really explain why I dislike mobiles as a type of art. I think maybe because I think of them as a like distraction for children to sleep. So like I don't know. They just bug me. I could put up with almost any other wacky form of modern art you can imagine, but I just cannot put up with those. There's a wall there? Huh. Alright. I can item fly my way here. That explains that, though, why that's a one-way, I guess. I don't know, is it a one-way? That was just kind of weird. Of course, the level has a midway, but that's fine. Need that. Well, that wasn't what I meant to do, but it worked. Saw some in Iowa for some reason. You think they're do think they're pretty kitsch? Could imagine a good one, like funny sculptures for the most part. Yeah. I mean, I can see kitsch appeal, I guess, but yeah, I even like some kitschy things. Like on my larger, lengthy road trip a few years back, I went to the Cadillac Ranch. Cadillac Ranch? I think that was what the name of it was. But basically, it was a hole. It wasn't a hole. It was a bunch of cars buried in the ground. There was a geocache, but the geocache explicitly stated that it's in this car, but if you can't find the car, just write on the car. Everybody's writing on the car anyway. I spent a couple minutes trying to find it before the spray paint fumes overwhelmed me. And I decided, no, I did not need to find the specific geocache and just scratched a mark on the car itself. Using a pencil or whatever. There was a guy there who was actually giving away, or you could get spray paint. That was the other thing, is like the cars were supposed to be spray painted as part of the artistic endeavor. Do not ask me to try and understand it. My dad suggested going to it since I was leaving his place when I did that part of the trek. I also saw the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. So, you know, not to brag or anything. But I also looked abjectly miserable, and it was definitely not the time to visit it. But yeah, the top floor of that particular building has like 3 sections. It's got sort of an eastern and a western part, and then there's a nice nuts. And then there is a nice deck you can go visit. The deck has a beautiful view of DC, because, you know, it's on the National Mall, kind of by definition. And it also has a giant blue cock, which I still think is pretty funny. Apparently there's a matching one somewhere in the UK. As there oftentimes are. Yep, giant blue cock. There's also, what was it? There was also some like Sesame Street style like giant blocks and a couple other things. There's not much out there of interest. And you can't even sit on the blocks, at least you're not supposed to. And you're not supposed to touch the big cock either. Big Jim's Castle. Oh. Also, as much fun as I'm having, it is a rooster. It is not, in fact, a penis. It does remind me a bit of old, what was that one? There was that gaming thing that was Rooster something. Rooster Teeth? Yeah, it was Rooster Teeth. Because they just wanted to use the term cockbite without being particularly vulgar. There was a trick here. There used to be a trick here. It did have nice feathers. Not the type of shit you expect to hear in passing. I'm talking about art! It's art! How you doing, Wergoose? Honestly, the rooster in question looked 3D printed. I don't know if it was 3D printed, but it had that kind of filament look to it that is very common with 3D printed objects. Another interesting statue dyad, since basically if you ever need to do an establishing shot of Rio de Janeiro, they will always show the statue of Christ with his arms outstretched. There's apparently another one of those in like Italy. They are a pair. Dang it. Well, that's not nice. Bonk. Here goes. It'd be a gay couple with himself. There's just multiple Jesuses sometimes. Lucifer, the demonic horse that killed its artist before it got finished. That's not a good sign. Yes, Christo Redentor. I didn't remember the exact name. I know it's Christ the Redeemer in English, but I didn't know the proper name because it's supposed to be in Portuguese or Spanish. Or possibly Italian. Now I'm not really sure thinking about it. Cupcake Lord from Dogman has been defeated, and with that, we now move on to Mega Dukitron and his final battle ensuing. That sentence is confusing. Okay, we're going to take a quick look, for curiosity's sake, at this. Because I'm going to assume Valley Fortress isn't any different. But I wonder if that's on the list if there's a list of Wikipedia of artworks that killed their own that killed artists. That killed their own artists? If that makes sense? I think that makes sense. Because if it's happened more than once, and you have to think it has. It's kind of funny to me. That's all there is to it. Yeah, this is completely vanilla and unchanged. So far, at least. Yep, unchanged. Oh. Oops. It's still fine. What if we could defeat Reznor fast enough to not have to worry about running out of those tiles? Feels like you should be able to. Alright, let's see. I'm going to look this up on Wikipedia quick to see if there's a category. That isn't. Yeah, that is evil-looking horse. List of inventors that killed by their own inventions. That's not really what I was looking for. I wanted explicitly artists. See also Blue Horse, Blue Horses. Blue Horse 1. List of inventors who killed by their own, Little Blue Horse, and Rainbow Dash. Ah. What an odd Wikipedia article. Mainframe. So this was changed. This hack confuses me. Backdoor closed for repairs. Okay. Not a side exit, because that'd be too convenient. Yep, alright, point made. I guess we're doing this. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Yes, we're not doing this. Yeah, Kill by Lone Invention just doesn't scratch the same itch. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's not as funny to me. Point of advice. This is the Eggman level of Super Mario World ROM hacks without the length. Good luck. Well, that's the main distinguishing characteristic of Eggman Land, is its absurd length. So... Oh, whoops. List of people who died on the toilet. I mean, Elvis allegedly died on the toilet. There's probably other people. Marker, the ceiling is one tile too high. There's multiple Potobos in all of these. I might just be dead. Yeah. PRP grabbing TP. The list isn't complete. You can help by expanding it. Oh, this sucks. I have a mushroom. I should use my mushroom. The legal reasons is a joke. Yeah, I assumed as much. Okay, so maybe get ahead of it? You can do that. That gets me ahead of the Potobos, so that's good. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. I really didn't need the embiggening. Hey look, we're doing all the rooms! His smile and enthusiasm. Gone. Okay. Interim room for some reason. Oh, right, this one. Dagnabbit! I think I'm alive. Is this one new? I think there may be doors I just never take in this. Dang it. Alright. Might be at this for a few minutes. Boy, you know what I love? I love gauntlet levels. You know what my favorite thing is? Gauntlet levels. You know what I was expecting to play while playing this? Gauntlet levels. With auto-scrolling. Okay, there we go. And just stay ahead of it. And I can just enter the door. Mildly. They're just not my favorite thing. I'll let those despawn. There's no reason to not let them despawn. Dark Legacy. You know, I never got to play, like, Dark Legacy. Oh, no, I did play it once at one of the game shows. In Tacoma. The thing about it, though, is, like, if you're gonna play a game like that, you really need to, like, invest the time in quarters. Like, I thought about, like, trying to do that for Gauntlet, back when there was one at kind of a local movie theater. Not Gauntlet Legacy, obviously, not Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, because they were different machines. There we go. But it seemed like a fun game. Different kind of bucket list. But, like, there's a reason I choose the levels I choose when playing through this. Like, there's no power-ups until pretty late. I gotta wait. Like, that one's not hard, I just need to get the timing right. This one I screwed up by holding B. Dang it! Maybe run off. I should try running off. If I just held right, and held B, I would have been fine. Looking at it, I think that would just work. Like, I don't even know if that's in the original. Like, there's very possibly one I just never do. But of course, you have to start with the auto-scroller. else? What else? Oh yeah, since I was thinking about doing Baba, I wanted to review some of the levels I've been playing last time and hadn't finished. Because right now I only have like 3-ish levels that I can't complete. One I was told I have not completed, let's rephrase that. One of which I was told I couldn't do yet for some reason. I need to figure out why that. The other one uses the letters I and S instead of giving me an is. I'm still wondering why that's the case. Though when I was looking, I had an idea around like what float can mean and how that can work. So I need to play around with that to condense tiles, possibly. In fact, that's probably it. That's probably the trick I need, is to condense a tile. Condense 2 tiles into one. I also had another idea that I found looking at that. There was something I was confused about briefly and didn't put any more thought into. Nope, that doesn't work. Was that there was a tile on the map of the meta area that I found solid but couldn't push or anything and didn't see any rules around flowers. And then I suddenly realized that's probably a friggin' level. It probably does something interesting if I move the cursor to it, so that's at least some more surface area I've discovered. Otherwise, it's just the level, which I couldn't solve immediately, the level with is, and the level with, what was it? Ugh. I'm getting tired. Oh, the level where I need to stack like 14 things on top of each other to beat the level. And then my last attempt ended when I got confused about how many things I already had stacked on top of each other. I wonder if any other hacks have done this. Was I late? No. Oh, excuse me. But yes. A few key thoughts. Alright. Oh, look, it's dark. Thanks. Oh, we're definitely in SMW from memory territory now. Fall off? Yeah, they do. I know that. Okay. Cool. Note to self. Replace ending text with, wait a minute, I don't have a girlfriend. My pants are off. This isn't a brothel, why are my pants off? Alright, so what is this? Imagine if you could make SMW from memory. I mean, go for it. Even though one group's already done it, doesn't mean other people can't do it now. Anyway, this guy doesn't look like the Dookie Master. Whatever. Dukinator. I forget. I've already forgotten who the final boss of this is. Oh shit, it doesn't. Doesn't stop anybody from hacking, let's be honest here. That is not a particular criticism of this hack, I want to stress that point. The lamest hack I ever moderated was like 3 cheers for Mario or something. The idea was it was just going to be a bunch of clap and chucks, but because the person stacked up a bunch of keys on the left-hand side of the level, the chucks didn't even spawn. It was all of like 1 level. Well, I guess there was also that other one where the dude literally just drew a penis and called it a day. That was also pretty lame, but I didn't moderate that one. Someone else did. Wasn't even a particularly well-articulated penis. But, you know. They can't all be winners. You know, this is pretty easy when no one's throwing me out of the screen or shoving me through the floor or adding a floor hole. He said he messed it up. There we go. Pretty sure it wouldn't be anything like SMW. It would still be interesting, right? It's kind of like drawing a painting from memory. It can lead to interesting artistic venues. Like, you know what the shape of the Mona Lisa is, but you might not remember all of the details. Doing things like that can be creatively fun. There we go. I was amused recently. I remember what I was talking about. One of my sister's friends when we were in Japan was talking about how the specific thing was called Exquisite Corpse, and I'm like, that's a bit on the nose, isn't it? He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're not familiar with Exquisite Corpse. It's an artist's game. Well, if I die here, I'm going to be deeply unhappy. Thankfully, this is his easiest phase. So. Huzzah! We rescued the princess, which was part of the plot, I guess. Mario's adventure, BeeBoo's adventure is over. BeeBoo, the princess, Yoshi, and his friends are going to take a vacation. It does happen sometimes. It's one of those sprites I don't have replaced. It's in a different graphics file. It's funny, so I leave it in. And rarely in hacks do we actually see this ending, so it doesn't matter. Seen worse rotoscopes. Well, we did it. We beat the game. Aw, there's a heart. That reminds me. Well, actually, no. I guess this doesn't really need credits, does it? There were no external things used. And this looks like the default credits if you add the letter A a lot. Okay. You know, sometimes you just gotta scream. Scream, shout, let it all out. These are the things we could do without. Come on. When I see that, it actually reminds me of, what was it? There was an old Flash animation set to Duke Nukem's falling scream, and that's what this reminds me of. I feel like this has been condensed somewhat, but I don't know why. Oh, production. Here we go, new stuff. BeeBoo Studios, production BeeBoo Studios, production BeeBoo Studios. I think that this might be a BeeBoo Studios production. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe after the 6th one and a bunch of rows of A's, it'll make sense. So that looks awesome. I like filling the screen with A's. I used to do this a lot when I was a young programmer, filling the screen with a given string. It was an enjoyable thing to do back before I knew what I was doing. Or just print like Pat is great or brother's name sucks or things like that. Because, you know, when you're a juvenile, you're a juvenile. We have the odd windows. Output instruction wraps around. I think I might have missed what that was. I'll have to check out what you saw there. And these were unchanged. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure the end tile card is different, so we gotta watch this entirety of it. But, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this with the original cast as opposed to the amazing ASM Magician Max. Pokey! Everyone loves Pokey. Pokey is the happiest character in this game. I will not take any Pokey disparagement. He is definitely the best character. Like, all these guys, you know, they're kind of... Okay, Megamol's cool, don't get me wrong. But none of the other characters are happy to be here. Pokey's just happy to be involved. It's like, they could have left me out of this game. I was a weird thing that was in Mario 2. Sure, they kept the Bob-omb, but they didn't really do anything with the Shy Guys. But I just get to be here in, like, 2 levels. One of which most people will never see, and the other one's a weird sub-level almost no one ever saw. Like, Pokey's just happy to be here. Ugh, Buzzy Beetles, meh. blorps, and porcupuffers, and Torpedo Ted. I think they just have in here to mess with people. Because, like, if you never saw Torpedo, if you never saw Soda Lake naturally, you'd be so confused about seeing that there was a new enemy that you'd never seen. What's up, Pip-Pips? How you doing? I'm just ranting for the time being because we have to wait until this is over. Because this is moderation, and this has been a very silly moderation. Little Sparky and Hothead. I always mix their names up, though. They just call them all Sparky. Like, I think with maybe Fishbone. I'm trying to think, is there any particular, assuming you don't take the short star path, like the any % path through the game, is there any particular monster, except maybe Reznor, you could skip entirely? Like, Reznor, Torpedo Ted, sure. But, like, skip Fishbones, maybe? Like, I think you have to see most of the critters in this game along the way. Do. I guess also you could skip some bosses, one of the bosses at least, because you don't have to necessarily see Larry or something. Oh, no, Lemmy. You can skip Lemmy easy. The end. That's actually disconcerting. Huh. Put a marker down for that. One of the, it's weird, because, like, one of the screenshots is this end screen, except it's got two other characters. A yellow Mario kind of guy and a red Luigi kind of guy. And then no princess. Like, he just photoshopped out the princess. And they have, you know, it looks like it's kind of rotoscoped over it. It's not bad. It's okay. I just don't know why this wasn't inserted in the game. This is something people have done. I've certainly seen people change this. So that's just weird. Including that as a screenshot when it's not in the game. Alright, let's see how many exits this actually had. Minus a couple things because of the fact that we couldn't go to Soda Lake. As we found out the hard way. 62. It has 62 exits, I think. There was one level I was curious about. Do I want to go back and look? I don't think I do. Oh, I probably should, actually. Yeah, we'll have to do this. It's going to suck. We have to do it. Because we have to walk all the way back. Let's go. Go back. Let's go. We're going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. It's another marker. Somehow you managed to leave the screen. I had to go back to the beginning of the game. But I can't go back to the beginning of the game. But I don't want to. I have to load a lower save file for this, which would be annoying. So does that happen every time? It does. And I can't come back. How do you even do that? Probably. Yeah, because it's one of the few things that mess with the world. Alright, let's load an older save file. 1 second. Let's see. I think this one. It's a good thing I back up my save file every 5 minutes. Right, this should put me... Yeah, 17 seems like the right number here. This should put me like Vanilla Dome. Perfect. Alright, so the question was, is this level completable? And I was going to look this up, because it's annoying. Because I didn't realize that BeeBoo's penchant for including keys in weird places. So there might be a key in the balloon area of this level that I needed access to. Turn block. Check both of those. It has a balloon inside. No, not that. Flower. Yeah, no balloon there. Could have done this offline. But if this led to another thing, then I would have needed to check it out. Flower. Okay, that's weird. Nope, never mind. Does not have a secondary exit that I can see here in Lunar Magic. So that's something I can just mark off later and not worry about it. If I made a marker now, though, it won't apply to the earlier marker, so it doesn't matter. Anyway. So yeah, that was a weird hack. It's definitely got a lot of problems, mostly relating to the fact that almost all of the levels are just kind of taken from the original game and lightly modified. I did kind of like the weird lore. Definitely something odd here that I don't fully understand going on. A lot of some sort of reference to things, maybe, or just maybe this is a universe thing that is there. Have I seen Smallkeys? Is it a person? Is it a cat? I don't think so. Bye now! I don't know what these are. The website Squinkies? That's not it. A different version. Huh. Oh, okay. Some DJMB made. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to reject this and it's gonna take forever because I have 77 markers, most of which are still relevant, so that'll be fun. But not something I'm gonna deal with right now.